Pak Pak Pakao.
Okay, guys, I spent my whole career working on digital stuff. Okay, so that's like 13, 14 years just working on digital things. But today I want to learn about analog.
Awesome.
So we're going to talk about vinyls, and I've been digging a lot about this, right? So since Lifafa was here, and he spoke about Peter Bowman and all of those things, it's been in my mind. And I realized there's nobody better to talk about vinyls with than you guys. So why don't you introduce yourselves to my audience, and then we'll start talking about vinyls.
All right, awesome.
So let's go. Sandeep, you want to go first?
Hey guys, this is Sandeep Raman and welcome to Pak Pak Pakao. And I'm a DJ, music curator, a vinyl collector, and a sucker for good music. I love good music. I love all kinds of good music, and happy to be here.
Awesome. You also have Sangeeth.
Yes, Sangeeth Ram here from Ram's Music, I would say. I also run a record label called SirCuss Records, manager for the Downtrodden's. It's a metal band based out of Bangalore, and an artist curator. So I curate musicians for flea markets and music festivals.
That's awesome. You guys do too many things, man. How do you find the time? Where do you spend most of your time? Let's start with that. Where do you spend most of your time?
Most of my time listening to music, celebrating life, and my whole thing revolves around that. Music is a big part of it. I celebrate life, I celebrate breathing, and I'm actually, just a sucker for good moments and, love and that kind of a guy. So I listen to a lot of music. It doesn't have to be like only vinyl or only analog or digital or anything like that. If there's music, I love it. If a moment like this, I want to play some music. I'm the guy who's like always behind that aux cable, behind the decks. I have this thing to like play the right music at the right time.
Yeah.
I love that. And
how do you get into music?
Oh man. Okay.
What is your entry point actually?
Okay, so actually growing up, I think I inherited it. My dad was into music. He was actually an army officer.
Okay.
He bought like a lot of cassettes, records and tapes and all those kinds of things, but he wasn't really home. And after an age, it comes down to you. You are the keeper. You are the guy who's maintaining all of that, right? I'm sure. So yeah, that's how I got into music. I started listening to his music first, and then
What kind of music was that?
There was a lot of Tamil, there was a lot of Malayalam, there was a lot of 80s classic.
And where were you growing up? Just to like paint this picture.
So man, I was actually born in Kashmir.
Okay.
And then Punjab.
And you were listening to Tamil music in all of these places.
Yeah, maybe like he wanted to, stick to his roots, or maybe he was missing home.
Yeah.
He was always traveling. He was a Black Cat Commando.
Okay.
And always like into submission. He was a part of the Golden Temple terrorist attack sort of a stuff. So I think when he comes home, he just wants to be at home, listen to music and just relax. So growing up, I was around music. Like I was surrounded by music. My mother was a singer. My aunt was a singer. And dad was a pathetic singer, but he was still into music. But yeah, music was always there. For me, it happened, this whole thing was like, I think 10th or 11th. Or maybe even before that. I'm not sure how this happened. I'm not sure, man, because music was always there. It was more like, you can say, sounds.
Yeah.
Sounds were there, right?
Yeah.
I was in Gujarat for a very long time. I was in Ahmedabad growing up, and there were these folk music of Gujarati folk music.
Yeah.
Like sort of like this garba sort of a thing, like, playing out of these bad, pathetic speakers. And there is a thing about listening to music in bad speakers also.
Yeah.
Because you're not really listening to it. It's happening somewhere in your subconscious mind. You can listen to the key, you can listen to the pitch, you can listen to the beats a little bit, but it's not really happening.
Yeah.
So it's in your subconscious mind. So I think that's where it came from. So yeah, and that's how it happened. But my life changed when I got introduced to his gadgets, his records, and his computer and everything. And then I started spending more time, like coming from school, I used to listen to, different music, come straight home, throw my bag, put my headphones on and play some music and act like as if I'm the singer of the song.
Nice.
Like if it was Roman beating, I didn't go through any heartbreak, nothing. But I was like,
but you felt it.
I was like that thing, So I was the main character sort of a thing. Yeah. So that's how it happened. And I think I'm a byproduct of this whole pop culture. I do not come from this house music or this electronic music background, to be really honest. A lot of people think that every DJ comes from this sort of background.
Yeah.
But no, I'm a byproduct of rock music, pop music, a lot of regional, South Asian stuff, all kinds of music. Electronic music happened much later when the global sound changed, right? And that's when it happened.
That was like what, 2008, 9, 10?
No, that was like I think 2000, early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah.
Okay.
Globally, yes.
No, I mean for you, when did that change?
For me, I think 2007, 8, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when it happened. But yeah, it was a very slow process, and I was always listening to music, always headphones on, always logged inside the room. I was always that guy. And recently, Saransh, I was actually exploring my photos, old pictures.
For
and
2006 post. 2016 post. The Instagram thing.
So I was going through my pictures and I came across this old photo of mine where the headphones are on. I clicked this picture from my first phone, which was a Nokia N70. Okay. And there's a picture of me with headphones on and I'm posing like this as if like I'm a big DJ already.
Yeah.
And later I edited that picture with like a random venue name. Ayashi. I don't know why I named a venue called Ayashi. There is no venue called Ayashi.
Yeah.
I put a random date. I put music like playing rock, playing hip hop, soul, and all that kind of stuff. And and then I just realized that I kind of manifested this, because I didn't know that I'm going to get into this. I didn't know I'm going to get into music to like this level, because now I breathe and talk and everything that's happening is all the blessing of music.
Yeah.
So man, it was just an amazing journey, and but that's how this whole music happened.
That's crazy, man. I mean, it's amazing to hear that, like you started because of your dad's music collection, his gadgets, Gujarat, Garba.
Were they playing on records?
No, I mean, I don't know how they were playing music.
Your dad's collection was what? Cassettes?
My dad, records, cassettes.
Oh, he had records as well?
Yeah, he had
so
records
he was
as well.
proper.
Yeah, he was proper, bro. He was proper. He was always like ahead of his time, I would say. He was always traveling and he would always bring back something from the places he visits. He was a big time traveler, and anyway, it's not about him. So
but that's great, man. Obviously, his influence is what
definitely his influence. So it definitely comes from his music palette, I must say. But it's like it comes back to you after years, because it starts from there. And then you travel, and then you come back to it.
Come back to that, yeah.
And if there is actually like 7 to 10 years of time for each and every genre if you look at it.
Yeah.
Like hip hop had its own phase, R&B had its own phase, house music had its own phase, rock had its own phase. But then you naturally grow. Yeah. Your music sense kind of evolves.
And changes.
Yeah, it keeps changing, and then you come back to it, and then those lyrics hit you. Puve Simpu. It's like, oh yeah, this is what he was saying. This is, I feel this now.
You feel it now.
Yeah. So that's how it is.
100%.
But
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But Sangeeth, your dad is also a legend, at least in Bangalore for sure. Yeah. I'm sure in the whole vinyl space. So is that where it comes for you as well?
Totally. I mean, I'm named Sangeeth, so so that's how deep he was into music, and it felt like I was being forced to get into music.
Yeah,
because there's music always around me. My weekends after school, I go to my store. The store is older than me. I go there, and my regular happy weekend is at the store. So all I see is my dad trying to sell a cassette or an LP or a CD. So that's what I've been brought up with. It's always been music around. But I was more interested in the kind of musicians and their life, and how did they decide to be a musician? What asked them to stop doing engineering or stop doing the regular shit and get into performing music. It took a while for me to think deep into music because music was always there, and I didn't have to like.
Yeah.
I didn't have to.
You just
like,
took it for
concentrate.
granted.
Yeah. So 7th standard is when I heard a song, like really heard a song. Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but it was an acoustic singer-songwriter kind of stuff, and I heard it on a really good speaker. And that's when I was like, hey, that looks like my bat. So I used to play cricket with a guitar. My dad gifted me. So my sister used to like go into the house, and I used to like whack it with a guitar. So, and then I decided that I need to fix that guitar because the strings were hanging. I need to fix it, and I need to figure out how is he doing that. So that's what got me into music. And 7th standard is probably when I got into it. And then from there, I've been always curious about stage performances. When we've been part of a lot of cultural clubs.
So you played in a band?
I did play in a band in college, but I mean, I was more of a low frequency guy, so bass is what I like.
Nice. So you were playing bass.
Yeah, I used to play bass for a rock band in my college. We just did a couple of shows. We had about 2,000, 3,000 people because it's a college fest, but I fucked up on the stage. It's not like a well practiced. It's not like a band. It's like.
Well, that's everybody's origin story. I fucked up on stage so badly, and I stopped playing
for that particular concert. So we just wanted. It's a competition, so we just wanted to like put a band together and get free attendance from college.
So, but you know, his dad plays a huge role in my life as well. Sorry to cut it short, but yeah, you can always come back to this.
I hear that a lot. So
you know, man, actually, after this whole phase of you know me spending my time in my room and all of that, I started like going to Planet M's and even to his dad's store, and he always used to be there. And I used to spend a lot of time there as well. And I had not met Sangeeth back then. I met him very recently, actually. You know, and this whole vinyl evolution in Bangalore, at least he plays an important role, and he was there with me parallelly, you know, to pull off a lot of events and all of that.
That's
but
crazy.
His dad was always there, you know, because I used to visit his store, the OG store that he's talking about, and I used to just spend time there, you know, just look at stuff and just come back. Only rarely I buy stuff, but he was never like bitter about it. He wasn't like, bro, what are you doing?
These are expensive, right? Vinyls are expensive?
No, I wasn't there for vinyls.
You're talking about cassettes.
You're talking about cassettes,
yeah, back then it was CDs were the thing. And I was always into physical music.
Okay.
You know, that was the thing. I was not into like vinyl specifically. I was into physical music because there was something about album covers. There was something about holding music.
Yeah, and opening up that.
And if you love somebody.
Reading lyrics.
And if you love some artist, you want to have like a piece of his art, right? So that was me. So he, you know, uncle was always there, and his store was a place I used to spend a lot of time, and years after.
And the store's been around for a long time, right? You said 48 years, you said?
Yeah, 78 is when we started it.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
But you've only been there for like a short amount of time.
My things never really cared about the store for a very long time. And Dad was pretty upset about it. So 3 years ago is when my dad fell sick. Because usually it's him who's opening the store, closing the store.
Yeah.
He has a couple of help to pick up stuff, but he has to be there in the store to sell anything.
Right.
Or it's some customer who knows what to buy. They come there and they pick it up and go. But my dad recommends music, and he figures out what the customer really likes. Or if he knows Don Williams, then he knows, okay, fine, country music, so I'll give you more. And then listen to it, and then the person likes it and then buys it. So you need to have a person like that, and that's how we lived. So my dad only had a music store all this while. That was the only survival mean for us. But when internet hit, people stopped buying physically media, right? So it was so easy to download a song, and nobody cared about cassettes or CDs anymore. It was a really tough time for our family. I'd say we literally struggled. There's no income coming in. My mom doesn't work, so my dad didn't want to let go. So he kept the store. He decided that I'm going to be Music Ram till I die. So he doesn't want to change his phone number. He doesn't want to change his visiting card. He wants the same name. So he decided to do other stuff like real estate and stuff like that. Meetings happen in the store.
In the store,
music is displayed on the wall. That's just nobody cares. But later, like recently, 5 years ago, probably 5 to 6 years ago, is when vinyls came back. So he had his whole collection of vinyls, and all these customers who picked up music from him 40 years ago, 30 years ago, didn't want it anymore. Either they're shifting to another country, they're moving to another country, or the kids don't want to keep it.
Yeah.
It consumes a lot of space.
Yeah.
It needs to be maintained, cleaned, dusted. So they don't want to do it. They just want to get rid of it. The first person they thought of was my dad, because they bought it from him.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then they come back and they sell it back to us and start building the collection
That way. Oh, that's pretty interesting. That's crazy, no?
That's how it happened. And then 5 years ago, I think Dad saw people coming in asking for records. And that's when he's like, okay, there's some hope. Cassettes and CDs were not asked for, but records came back. I think anything that hits the US hits India after
a few years. But what do you think brought this about? Like 5 years ago, why did people suddenly get back into wanting records? Because as of today, music is way more accessible in every format, right? Like, as you know, I spent a considerable amount of my career at YouTube, and one of YouTube's biggest pitch points is that every piece of music ever released is available on YouTube, and it's true, right? Like, I mean, live performances, covers, all of those things exist on YouTube, and it's free for everybody. So why are people gravitating towards records in the last 5 years? Why is that happening?
I think it was the rise of subcultures. This happened mainly after COVID. Records were always there. It's not a new thing, right? Globally, I think, this big shift was after COVID.
In India, before COVID also, I think in other countries, there were people who were particular about listening to music on a physical format. It's mainly because they don't want to access a screen for music.
Okay.
They want to get rid of.
They want to have a tactile feeling.
Because everything is on a screen. You need a phone to do anything.
Correct.
So for music, because a lot of people think music is way more sacred than just another thing in their life. So they want to keep it separate. They want to have a record player, dedicated area, dedicated collection.
And a ritual? Is there also a ritual to playing a record?
Oh yes, the entire process is healing, I would say. So the way you take the record out of a sleeve, and every time you look at it, you own that piece of art. Right? It's not.
There's a little bit of ownership
on YouTube,
as well.
You can search for anything, you play anything, but it's gone. And it's just going down the history. But you have this record, and you have these days where one day you feel like listening to metal. You feel like listening to a particular song. You walk right into your record collection, pick up that record, that particular song, play it.
Yeah, I think that's about it. And like you said, it was also the sense of ownership, man. And even for me, it was like that. Because I was moving from hard disk to hard disk, and it felt very shallow. It's like as if you're living in like Oyo rooms or like Airbnb.
Your hard disk fails.
You've lost everything.
And it's like you don't have any roots, you don't have any character, and you don't have like to there's nothing physical, man. You know what I mean? There's nothing physical. It's so subscription based. It's so digital, and it was for everything, not just for music, even for phones, even for. I think a lot of other stuff, like analog was the way. When you feel the machine, when you feel the physical object, that's when the romance really happens. And
also these cassettes and CD players that used to come back in the day was solid.
Like, they were solid for sure.
You don't have a screen. First thing. Second thing, you have a fader or a knob. And the feeling of pushing that fader to get a certain effect
and an EQ as well.
And it's got like a EQ that you can play with. You can set it the way you want it manually, not on a phone. So and I don't think anybody builds music systems like they used to in the 90s and 80s. A lot of great brands. You get to see them in a vintage audio store now. But it's not very out there. A lot of people struggle to find a good piece of cassette player.
Is there a difference in quality as well? Like audio quality?
I wouldn't say records are way better than digital formats, but I'm sure there are digital formats.
It's a different feel.
It's a feel. The digital formats, there should be a few
formats
that's better than a record. Flag is way better than a record. but you don't get the same feel when you play a record.
I guess like there's a little bit of warmth.
There's warmth.
There is warmth.
There's
There is
It fills
tactility,
the
right?
room without being loud.
Mm.
And it's a lot of vibrational sound. It's not sharp. Every form of music it's kind of sharp after a point. Like you want to take a break, but records, no. You kind of feel the music, and it also depends on the kind of music you're listening to. If you're listening to jazz, rock,
Yeah.
you feel it. But if you're listening to electronic music, there's not much of a difference. But rock,
electronic music is already made on a computer. already.
Right.
Right, so it's
So it's not-
digital, and then you're converting it back to analog, or you have synths and those devices where you generate a pulsating sound and develop it into music. That's analog. So, I mean, I think for me, the way I see it is when you listen to music on a record, say listening to a certain artist, jazz on a record, it feels like there's a band playing live for you.
It feels real.
It feels
basically.
original.
Yeah.
the snares, the hi-hats,
Yeah.
it hits you there,
On YouTube, I mean, I wouldn't say YouTube.
You can say whatever. I'm a free agent now, man.
So on a digital streaming platform,
Yeah.
digital music, I feel like there's a device playing recorded music.
Hmm.
So that's the difference I get. When I
Okay.
listen. It's very subjective. So people have different,
So if you listen to rock music, the hi-hats, the
Yeah.
snares, there is this noise that a guitar makes when you're switching from chord to chord.
Right.
You
The sliding sound.
the
The sliding sound, right,
You
yeah.
can hear that, and it
Yeah.
feels like, thanks man, and it feels like this band is performing in front of
Yeah.
you. So it's like amazing. It's
Another
just,
Ice Cube.
no, I think I'm good. So the quality is definitely something.
Okay. It's not better or worse, but it's a different sound.
It's a different
So some
experience
people
altogether.
like only digital, and we're not saying
There's nothing right or wrong.
There's
Yeah.
nothing right or wrong, but
Yeah.
if you like analog, then
Got
And
it.
also, actually, to answer your previous question, there are now breeds. There are audiophiles
Yeah.
who really want like top-notch sound system. They treat their room and they have some amazing amplifier going on and all of that. And then there are these people who love artists and albums, right? They collect their whole collection like that. Audiophiles also, but they collect it as per the frequencies and stuff like that. I mean, audiophiles were always around,
Yeah.
but the rise of these newer generation coming to the analog culture happened, I think, post-COVID. I really feel this happened after post-COVID,
for sure.
because of the sense of ownership. Like, it's nice to have. It's like having a library. It's like, like I walk into this place and I know like what kind of person you are. I see Pearl Jam, I see Roger Waters, and I kind of like get a sense of your taste and your music palette. So, I think that plays a huge role.
Yeah, it's a little.
I also think that a lot of people got time finally when
To actually sit and listen to
because you
an
might have
album,
had-
right?
Your
Yeah.
grandfather might have had a record player lying somewhere in your house, and you got the time to take it out, dust it, try to fix it, and you had records, you started playing it, and then you like that technology is at least 150 years old, and it's
It's 150 years old.
It's been around.
Wow.
So Thomas Alva Edison started,
The
found
whole analog sound
he's
has
the one
been
who
around.
invented this way of recording sound waves on a physical medium.
Okay.
So phonographs is what
Yeah.
it started off with. But I think, like you said, COVID is when people finally paused.
Yeah,
And they try to
exactly.
relax.
That's the word. Yeah. Even for me, so like I said, I was moving digitally, but then when COVID happened, there was a lot of decluttering happening. I was like sort of fixing my life, sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Going back to my. So I checked like my music, my instruments, and I see my collection, and I said like, let's clean these guys. Let's give them a spin. Let's clean the records, and even that process, like he said,
Healing.
Therapeutic.
healing,
Yeah.
man,
I
is,
can imagine.
clean your record, and give it a spray, and then clean again. Look at the sleeve. It's an amazing process. This whole physical romance is just something else.
And is that how you got into collecting, or you were collecting before that?
So, like I said, my dad had some, and then when I got into this DJing thing,
When did you start DJing?
started in 2007.
Okay.
And those days they would start from turntables. It was like that.
Like proper vinyls.
Proper turntables,
Okay.
vinyls, because it's very analog. It's very, it's like driving a manual car. They
Yeah.
want to teach you from that, because then you practice beat matching. You hold on to the record. You have to release it on time. You have to match the tempo and do a lot of stuff. And you train your ear by that.
Okay.
So it starts with turntables. It starts with records.
Got
and
it.
then you move to the digital machines.
Digital machines like a virtual
Yeah,
player.
digital machines are virtual. Yeah, and
Virtual
it makes your life easier.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of information like BPM. It gives you a lot of other information, which track is where and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but records are like basic. So that's how you train your ears. So when I went to this religious school, they trained me on records, on turntables. So they also gave me like a set of records. And that's where actually my whole electronic music, house music, underground sound started. There was this guy called Tanmay, Neil Hoskins, and all these guys who would actually give me the records, and a lot of other DJs. And this was a big culture. Like if they like you, they will give you a record.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a love language actually back in the
Very
day.
interesting. I didn't know
Yeah,
this.
yeah. They will
Also
give you.
was cheap back then.
They'll give you a record. If they like you, like, hey man, you can have this.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you build your collections like that, So yeah. So that's how actually. So this was always there. But then came the CDs, and then came the USBs, and then came the laptop. But I went back to records after a point because it just felt something else. And there is something about playing the records as well. When you're DJing with records, it's amazing, man. Because like I said, you're holding on to record, you're giving it a little scratch back and forth, and they do want to release it. And also when you take off the record, you do like a little bit of flip.
Okay.
It's a
So it's a little bit
thing to do.
performance as
Yeah,
well,
it's a little bit of performance. Like, you take the record
Yeah.
and flip it like that.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool. And you pick at that girl. And you're like, yeah. It's really cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
And nothing like DJing on record. It's amazing. Can I curse here though? I mean, can I curse in this video?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, so it's like really cool, man.
Really fucking cool.
Really fucking cool. And you actually go through, your records, and you're like, okay, which one to buy. And there are these moments when you actually pick out a record and then you think of somebody. When you pick out a record and then you're like,
a physical memory.
yeah. And then you're like, oh yeah, and then you want to play it. So your whole drive is through memories.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. That doesn't happen digitally.
Yeah.
At least for me. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean,
digitally.
it probably might happen when you listen to the song, but
yeah.
this is one step before that, right? When you pull the
You have
record
a
out.
sleeve where I have a lot of sleeves where people have gifted this record to somebody, which says from John to whatever the girl's name or guy's name, and the date, the year is always mentioned.
Yeah,
Back then,
it's like a book.
people
right?
used to write whatever they write. They mention the month or the year right next to it. Nowadays, nobody does it.
Yeah.
And when you see that year, is when you know that the record is bought by somebody on this year.
This year, yeah.
And it's like 47 years since he, from the time he gifted it. And you have a story because this record first was at a record store, and then you buy it.
Correct.
And this guy's gifting it to another person, and it's gone to multiple people. And that girl kept it or whatever, and then gave it to somebody else, and now it's with me. It's back in a record store. So that whole journey of physical media, you can't. There's nothing like this in a digital world.
Correct. Yeah. The maximum you have is a share, a link. Yeah. That's amazing, man. And so do you also collect records?
My record collection is my store. I hardly go home because I'm at the store all 7 days, mostly if I don't have anything else. So I don't have a turntable at home. I don't have a record collection at home.
Yeah.
But I do have a separate section in my store, which is not for sale.
Okay.
So when I see a good record, when I like it, I put it in that section. And then customers come, they go mad. They're like, how much is it? I'll pay whatever. I'm not selling.
Okay.
Because you don't get it anymore.
Yeah.
And these are original pressings that is pressed in 80s or 70s. And no matter how much you pay for it, you'll never get it.
Yeah.
And all the new ones are the digitally remastered
digital
ones.
records.
It's
I
not
think,
the same.
I think we should address that part because so now you get digital records and they were like analog records.
Yeah.
So, I go for the records from the 70s or the 80s. I do not buy the new ones. The most shittiest record I've come across is Daft Punk Random Access Memories.
Why is that?
I'm gonna say it on camera. The low gain record is such a bad record. I would rather play the digital version of it.
Okay.
Because I think that was just released for the sake of it. Like, Daft Punk.
Because it'll sell. And the original record was probably, it had an original record, right? The analog.
Yeah,
record.
but the ones which are
What is available in the market now is the digitally mastered.
So there's a big difference in sound. Why do you say that you would prefer digital over
because it's very low gain. I mean, there's something.
What is gain?
Gain is like the overall quality.
So there's this noise to audio ratio in every record.
Okay.
So if your noise level and your audio level are almost the same, you hear both in the same level.
When you say noise, it's just distraction.
So it's a mechanical process where your needle gets dropped on the plastic piece and you have grooves on it.
Right.
The groove is not smooth, it's got distortions.
Okay.
So your needle is moving through the groove and that noise that it generates plus the noise of the dust that's in the groove, that's the noise that comes out of a record.
Okay.
So say your volume is at 50%. At 50%, you hear noise and you also hear audio on the same level. It's not a great record because you have noise interfering with the audio.
Okay.
And you have low noise records, which basically is a brand new record with lesser, that's well taken care of record.
Okay.
So the quality of the noise ratio is low. So your noise is lower on the record. So you hear more music than noise.
That's called a high gain then.
Yeah. So when you listen to 3 records, take any random 3 records, all of them don't sound the same. So they're not meant to sound the same, and it's impossible for them to sound the same.
You mean three records of the same album?
No, not like that.
Okay.
Any random albums,
3 records.
Yeah, because the guy who's mastering it is deciding the gain of the record, the volume level of the record.
Okay.
So all the digitally mastered records are high gain records. If you've noticed, in the Indian records especially. So you place the record, you play it at 20% volume, and it's super loud already. Because they increase the audio quality on it and the noise is low. So you get to hear it like it's playing on a YouTube or a Spotify kind of thing. But so there's this noise ratio that you don't know it until you listen to it.
Okay.
So you have to buy a record and play it to know if it's high gain or low gain.
Okay.
And there's no mention.
They don't mention
it. Depends on the mastering engineer. It depends on which press it was cut.
Okay.
Which studio was it mastered and stuff like that.
That's the way to go about it. So the new ones, the new Daft Punk albums, they don't sound the same. It's very bad. I mean, you can own it from memory or to document something by
But so this is the reason for this is the pressing or is it the mastering?
It is the mastering and the pressing.
And the pressing, okay.
Because when you make a lacquer or it's called a stamper. So I don't know if you know how records work.
No, let's start from there. Let's start from scratch, zero.
Digital records you have. So when you say digital, there's a computer involved.
Yeah.
Right. So analog music were recorded into a machine, like a reel, tape.
Yeah, like a tape. Yeah.
That's directly recorded from the source, like a mic, to the machine, and then you cut that music onto a record. On a stamper. Stamper is basically the negative of your records music.
Okay.
So you have 2 stampers, side A, side B. It's metal and it's the negative of your audio. So you fix this on a press, which is a very expensive, it's a manufacturing unit where you place the side A on one side, the side B on one side. You have it like this.
Okay.
And then you place molten plastic in between.
Okay.
Okay. And then you press it.
Okay.
So the impression of the stamper, which is negative, becomes positive on the record.
Okay. Got it.
And then you take the record out and you cut the edges of it. That's your record.
Okay.
So when you make a stamper, you can make about 2,000, 3,000 records with one pair of stampers.
Okay.
So when the stamper or the master on the stamper is not well produced, when the gain is low, it reflects on all the records. It's a regular manufacturing problem.
Okay.
Like if there is a car which has a fault,
got it. It's a design fault.
Cars that has the same fault. So what happens is when you take an analog music, you convert that into a WAV file, and then you try to master it, you play around with it. That's not your original sound of the music. That's not how the artist wanted you to listen to that music. It's somebody else from a record label who decided to EQ that sound.
Yeah.
It might not be what the fans want. It might not be what the artist wants. It's just another commercial product that's out in the market.
Yeah. This whole music scene is dominated by the record.
It is, but sometimes you might find like amazing sounding digital record.
Okay.
It's not like all digital records are bad.
Yeah.
but it's tough to find really good digital records.
Pink Floyd, I'm still okay with.
Yeah,
With their digital
Floyd,
records.
yeah,
When did Pink Floyd start putting out digital records?
I think everything that came out
recently is
right now
all
what's being
digital.
manufactured is all digital. So maybe late 2020 onwards.
20 onwards.
Last 5 years.
Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here.
Dark Side of the Moon is my demo record. So if I need to sell a speaker.
Yeah.
Because
Pink Floyd's also your dad's favorite band.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I've seen some reels.
Yeah.
So we generally don't do research. Okay? Like my format is clear. Like we will not do research.
Yeah.
But I mean, if a reel pops up in my feed and I'm doom scrolling, exactly. Yeah.
So there's a song called Money on the side B of Dark Side of the Moon. And that's the first song on the side B.
Yeah.
So I do this cool thing. I just played that one song on a very basic Audio-Technica LP60 automatic record player and a pair of 85 speakers. These are the most cheapest, good sounding devices that you can get. You can get from a house. And the moment it plays that record, push start, this thing comes and sits on the first song. And there's a section, the first part of the song Money has a left and right pan sound. Okay, and that's and the production quality of the record is amazing. And people just don't. In the next 15 seconds, they convert it. They're like, I want this record, I want that player and the speaker.
That's so actually a great way of doing it, right? But actually, good way to segue into what does it take for somebody to get into it, right? Like for me, like I don't have a record player, I have no records. Now, if I have to get into it, how do I get into it?
Firstly, you need to understand that it's not cheap anymore. Records are expensive. And it depends on, I would say, don't look at it, don't go by brand names, don't go by something that you see online. Start with a very basic set, which will work for like 5-10 years. Most of the good record players work for 5 to 10 years. So what we usually...
And what does it cost? Like an approximate range?
I would say about 35,000 rupees, you can get a pair of speakers and a record player to start off with. And that's not a very expensive setup because your records are, you get 5 records for that price or 7 records.
Yeah, a record is about 4,000 to 5,000 rupees, no?
It depends. Indian records start off at 2,000, 2,500. The international ones, because of the customs and the shipping charges, gets a little expensive. So I would say average is about 4,000 to 5,000.
So say 35,000 rupees for a player plus speakers, plus say obviously you
don't really need to buy the speaker because if you already have a pair of speakers at home, this player can connect to it.
Oh, any speaker will connect.
So if you want the stereo effect that you get on these pair of speakers, then you need to have a pair. Like you can't have a Bluetooth single box speaker because the money. The song has one sound coming from the left and one from the right. So when you listen to it on a small box, you hear both the sounds, but you don't have the separation. The imaging is not there. If you want to experience it that way, then I would recommend a pair of speakers.
I think you should start from that album or any Pink Floyd for that matter. Pink Floyd or Tracy Chapman.
Tracy Chapman? Pink Floyd. Indian records? If I had to pick, let's say one Tamil one, you tell me a Tamil one, you tell me a Bollywood record that I should have, like a must-have in my collection.
If you can get your hands on Nazia Hassan, go for it. Like Nazia Hassan.
Nazia Hassan is not Bollywood, it's like
Bollywood.
Bollywood.
I would say A.R. Rahman, dude.
Any
A.R. Rahman because his mixing engineers are like on point. You can pick up Tal. Tal had some amazing bass lines.
It's not really available.
Yeah, you can find Tal or do you have it in your store? No, right? Even I couldn't find it. Tal is good. Dil Se is good.
Dil Se is a great album.
Dil Se is really good. Bollywood. These records.
There's also a Tamil movie called Kadal. So
this is Innu Konja Nero. I love that.
So that record sounds good. So that's available in the market.
Go for this or Pink Floyd or Tracy Chapman. You will listen to the difference. You will feel the difference. So these guys, Pink Floyd, especially this Time album, had this mixing engineer called Alan Parsons. He's got a different band altogether, Alan Parsons Project. These guys were amazing. They know their sound, they know their shit, and they do some amazing stuff. And if you listen to even their work, like Eye in the Sky
Mm.
is a track, is one of my favorites. His track too, I think. Yeah. So yeah, those are like some amazing work. Like you can listen to the beat, you can listen to the hi-hat. Just yeah. So if you want to test your speakers, your headphones, it's Pink Floyd, Tracy Chapman. I'd say. What do you think?
I would agree to that.
Yeah.
Also, there's another band called Earth, Wind and Fire.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
They have an album called Raise.
Okay.
That's the album which has September, I think. That particular record was pressed in 80s. The production quality on that, I don't know if you've played that for you when it came to the store, but the production quality on it is amazing. Like any song you listen to, any section you listen to, any speaker you listen to, it sounds amazing. You should try to get a Raise.
Yeah. Okay. But tell me one thing now, there are these guys who also collect like these speeches.
Speeches, huh?
Yeah, like you played me
speeches pressed on a record.
Yeah,
okay.
He's got some good shit that way. Yeah, he's got a paper record.
What's a paper record?
So records are usually made out of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So records need not have a material specification. It can be on anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can carve something on a wood. It might play. It might make the same sound. But there's this 1957. No, 1947. During around the independence, Nehru went to the US and addressed an audience there. And there was this group of American choir, like a singers group, who sang national anthem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this whole speech and the national anthem was recorded on...
This is the Indian national anthem.
Yeah, Indian national anthem sung by the... And I'm sure... It's probably just 5 of us who heard that version of Indian national anthem. It is not out there. It's not on YouTube. By the way, everything's not on YouTube.
Sorry.
So there's this paper record. When I say paper record, it looks like a paper. It's got a thin film of plastic on it, which has the grooves on the side A and side B.
Okay.
It's a 70 RPM record, so it needs to. It's not the regular speed.
Okay.
It rotates faster, so it gets over fast. Okay. So this has the version of national anthem on it, and the pronunciation of some words in our national anthem is so hilarious. But I've never heard something like that, and it's a flexible piece of thing.
That's really insane. And you have this in your store.
I have it in my store. So
this is one of those things that you're not going to sell.
I'm never going to sell. I had people coming down from Coimbatore because they saw one of my stories or something. And he didn't want to call me. He just wanted to come there and buy it off me. He's like, "What are you selling it for?" I'm like, "I'm not selling it, bro."
Will you let me record it? And use it in my video? Okay, perfect. We have a recording. Just send it to me. We'll use it in our video. You will only hear it here. Now it's on YouTube. But
tell us about your music palette. Like what kind of stuff you listen to?
I mean, it's very hard for me to answer that, right? Like I grew up in Bangalore, so I grew up listening to like a lot of rock and metal. I grew up in 90s, 2000s, right? So I grew up with rock and metal. I resisted everything, after that. Like I was like, okay, this is it. Rock, metal is all I listen to until I started working, and then like obviously forcefully had to hang out with non-rock and metal people, right? Because through school and college, I only hung out with rock and metal people. And that's when I got introduced to other genres. And then eventually I found myself working in the music industry. So I was then forced to listen to Indian hip-hop. And I found a liking to it. And that's when I actually started expanding my music palette. To be very honest, I have no idea about American hip-hop. For me, hip-hop is Indian hip-hop.
What's your favorite?
Okay, so who's your favorite? Now I'm curious,
Indian hip-hop?
Yeah.
I love Seedhe Maut. I like a lot of Pakistani hip-hop.
Okay.
There's a lot of Indian singer-songwriters that I really like. I like Taba Chakhe. I like Bharat Chauhan. Obviously, like Lifafa a lot. There's a lot of Tamil hip-hop that I really enjoy these days. There's a lot of Northeastern artists that I've been spending a lot of time listening to. So that way, like my palette in that sense has expanded a lot. And now I listen to a lot of electronic music as well. Unfortunately, I can't name too many artists because the way I discover music is...
You don't have to...
Yeah.
If you like it, you like it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you like it, you like it. What about Nazi? You like Nazi?
Some of his early work was pretty interesting. It was way ahead of his time. I don't know where he is now, I don't know what he's doing.
Now,
but I see some of his reels, which are cool, I guess. Lots of Indian artists are doing records now, right? And you are working with them.
With a friend of mine, like I've been friends with this guy for about 20-25 years. We went to school together. So the only thing we've been talking about all our life is music. And we came up with one business idea every day we met, but nothing really worked out. But
that's a true friendship.
we didn't do anything about it. We talk about it, but next day we don't talk about it. So, and then finally, there's this idea where India didn't have a record pressing plant after 87. In Kolkata, Dum Dum is where we had a pressing plant, and it shut in 87, I think. And after that, there's no record produced in India.
That's insane. I didn't know that.
So, my friend
so all of these records of Indian music, Bollywood and film
everything
music,
that you see, which is used record, were made before 87.
But from 87 until whenever, there were no
There were Indian records, Indian music on records, but not produced in India.
But they were being pressed elsewhere. So
a few people.
Okay.
Like Avil has a record of it.
But Bollywood and Raman and all of these Tal and Dil Se, all these mentioned. They've started coming out now. It's
so now
being
we have
pressed.
a press in India. Samanvi Digital Media in Mumbai presses records. So we have multiple presses so SirCuss Records. Vishwas and I decided to put a plant together. We wanted to have a pressing plant in India, which will be the first pressing plant after 87. And we wanted to put Indian musicians on record. Only the deserving ones, put them on record. Because it is a different feeling to have your own music on a vinyl record.
Like a compilation or?
No, it can be anything. So
it could be an album, EP, compilation. That's pretty cool.
So the idea was to put a plant. So we didn't think, we thought of it this way, like why not have a pressing plant in India? We didn't know that you need to have a lot of money to, have a pressing plant. It's a very, very expensive thing. And it's a manufacturing field. Like it's not something we specialize in. So there's no way.
So then you have to work on manufacturing, distribution, packaging.
There's no way we can do it. So we needed to get it done, get it made outside India. So then, while I was researching about pressing plants, I found a guy named Kevin in UK. I think he's like a quarter Indian, but from UK. This guy is the guy who goes to every single country, every single pressing plant to calibrate it. After the construction, the whole construction of the factory is done and the pressing plant is ready to go, he has to be in whatever country it is. He is the guy who calibrates the machine. And I got to talk to him. This was like say 4 years ago. And then we got talking, we became friends, and he gave me a few quotes, a few crores to start a thing. And I'm like, I'm not going to make records every day. So there's no point of starting a pressing plant. We just parked that plan. And then after a year, I think 2 years back, we called Kevin back again. And we just told him, I was planning to go to UK. So I thought I'll go meet him. Just had a call with him and he said, hey, I'm coming to India. I'm like, oh, what's happening there? He's like, there's a pressing plant coming in India. This is
the same Bombay one? Or
So
Saji Thomas.
He was putting a plant together and Bombay we didn't have any clue because Saji sir kept it very low. So the next week, the day I called him, he's like, I'm there the next week. So my friend and I decided to go to Mumbai to meet Kevin. And Kevin promised to introduce us to Saji sir and thought we could work together because he has a plant. We have a plan. So we thought we'll put it together.
Just need a tea.
So we had, I think we were the first guest the plant had. And Kevin was just fixing his stuff and testing records and doing stuff. And Kevin just took us into the pressing plant, showed us how it works. And we were super excited and we cracked a deal with Saji sir and told him, we're coming back to you with record artists, permissions to press records. It took us a while to put the whole company together. We decided to call it SirCuss Records, SirCuss. We just started talking to artists. That's when Taba Chake mentioned that he wanted to release his music on record. And then we spoke to him and we got it done for him. So we have Tavachaki Records out now.
That's a crazy album, no? Khud Ko Milo. It's a beautiful album.
It's selling a lot. Like a lot of people come to India asking for Indian music on records, and we don't have Indian music.
Okay.
So the only way to have Indian music in records to make them, and somebody has to make them. So we decided to be that somebody to get music out there. So Parvaz is something that's coming out soon. Parvaz
The new
is
album?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a crazy album as well.
It's amazing. So we've been
What about
working on-
Aviel? Are you out of Aviel or like?
Aviel already has the master and deal with somebody else, and they ran out of records. So we're still talking to the manager, trying to get like a better version of, like a new version of an anniversary edition or something on a record. Those talks are happening.
I mean, Aviel, Indian Ocean, any day.
I think there's another person in Delhi. I'm not sure of his name. He is getting Indian Ocean records made in Europe, right?
Right. He's aggressive. He takes the licenses from different production companies. He will press their music on record for you, but he's aggressive. And a lot of Bollywood records that you see is actually by him. It's mostly his record. And he's got a really nice business plan.
Okay.
He's a really cool guy. But it's really
So our
nice.
concept is not to, most of the artists don't have the kind of money to put in. They don't know the
exactly. I was
process.
coming to that next. Like, how does this work, right? Like, if you have to explain the process, maybe if you can share numbers as well. But if I'm an artist and I want to put, or I'm an artist manager, or I own an indie label, whatever the case may be, right? I want to put some music that I own and on a record. What's the process? How do I come to SirCuss and how do I get to market?
So with SirCuss Records, you have 3 options, 3 ways you can do it. One, you invest. We become the manufacturer. We coordinate the entire thing for you. You give us the masters. We give you the records. You pay for it.
Okay.
That's the first model. And if you want
then
us
I
to
sell
sell it,
it.
if you want us to sell it, we can do it at a percentage. The second option is second option we decide not to do anymore, which is 50-50, where you split the revenues 50-50. The third option is where we invest and we think your record has potential
To sell?
We have a group of people like this. We sit and listen to music and decide what needs to go on record. So if we think this music has to be on a vinyl record, because you can't enjoy all kinds of music on vinyl record, and everybody has their kind of music that they can enjoy on a vinyl record. So we just take a call, we just vote, and we decide to invest. So we pay for the entire manufacturing. We get the records out. We sell it for you. And we give you a percentage of the revenue. So we keep the cost, we keep our cut, and we give you the same.
Okay. So you basically then the artist or whatever the
So we are
owner doesn't
the
pay.
licensed record manufacturer, a record label that gets everything done for you. We just don't own the music. The music is still the artist. We don't want to own the music. We just want the license to press it for say 5 years or 7 years.
So become in a way like the merch partner to sort of get that
I
out.
think a lot of people confuse this whole record thing as a merch. Even now, a lot of people don't understand what it really means to have your music on your record, man. It's not a merchandise anymore. It never
was merchandise. It is the product. It is the music.
So before internet, the only way to put your music out was on a record. So when you had an album and you didn't know how many copies to make, because when you make 100 copies, your per unit cost is different.
Right.
When you make 1,000 copies, the per unit drops down a lot. Right? So a lot of movies, what they do, like a lot of movies releases EP. So EP is a smaller record. Okay, so they put 2 songs on it. Like if you're confident about 2 songs of your album, put those 2 songs on the thing, and it's cheaper to manufacture an EP because LP is 12 inches, EP is 7 inches.
Okay,
you put that in the market and test the water, see how many people like it, and then you know how many records to press. So now when a musician talks about EP, they don't even know what an EP is. EP is extended play, and the EP, the term EP came from vinyl records. So this small record is what you sample, you give it out there, you give it out to friends. It's cheaper, right? You don't have to give the entire album, and you see the response and decide, should I press 100, should I press 500 or 1,000, or maybe more. So that's the concept. So a lot of people right now, when they talk digital, they still use these terminologies that
exactly. Still is used EP.
So when somebody says, when we spoke to a couple of musicians, they're like, hey, yeah, we have t-shirts, we have caps, and okay, fine, we'll have records too.
Yeah.
That's not what we are trying to do. We're not a merchandising company.
Correct.
We're not trying to sell
Artist
something.
merch. Yeah.
To basically give you an extra,
To show yourself.
That's not what it means. So
Yeah.
when you have your music on a vinyl record, it's going to last a few 100 years. When somebody's taking care of that record, because say 200 years down the lane, when you're not alive, I'm not alive, there's somebody who owns that record who's going to listen to your music. YouTube might not be there, Spotify might not be there, like, but you have a piece of art that an artist made, 100 years ago.
I hope YouTube is still there because my podcast will be there. But on that, on that note, we're going to take a break because we want to bring out some of our starters. Today we have chili chicken, chicken lollipop, and some honey chili potatoes as a starter. I didn't make them. My friend Bilal made those.
Okay.
But we bring those out, and I want to come back to merch and all of that stuff once that's out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Lollipop first?
Lollipop
first.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Nice.
Does Bilal pass? What do you guys think?
Definitely.
I like how it's not saucy. It's dry and crispy and tasty.
Yeah, the meat's falling off the bone. That's
I like
good.
it.
What are we trying next? Sandeep, your shot.
Potatoes.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't eat potatoes in a long time. I need some carbs and. I'm also one of those guys who mixes spices like extremes, sweet and yeah.
This is that. Okay, I'm gonna have one more.
Good, yeah. So
Yeah.
That was good.
Pretty decent. Yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
cheers, man. Thank you so much for
Cheers,
coming and
man.
sharing all of this. I mean,
This
I
is
love-
super fun and love it. Love the vibe. Love your team. Super
cheers,
fun,
man. Thank you so much. I love doing this because, I mean, I get to experiment with my cooking, which you will taste later. But
We'll come back.
but also, like, I get to learn so much as well, right? Like, I had
Yeah,
no
it
idea
is
about
an
any of these
exchange,
things that
yeah.
we've spoken about today, right? Like,
Yeah.
all of this is practically brand new information for me.
You're saying amazing team, amazing food. I love it. I feel very home.
Yeah, man, that's the goal. So for me as well, it's for me to like keep experimenting with my cooking content, learning, and getting deeper into music, sharing music with people. But I mean, before we broke for the starters, you were saying that vinyl shouldn't be looked at as just merch, right? It's obviously a
This is
piece
something
of
that we believe in because we don't want. According to a lot of music lovers, vinyl records is something we look up to. Like that's the format that we look up to. And most of the kids, the musicians nowadays, don't really know what we mean by that, and they just look at it as another way to make money. Right? So you press records at a particular price, you double it, you sell it, you make money. You can do that with t-shirts, you can do that with caps, but vinyl record is something else. Like you should be really proud to have your music on a vinyl record. You should respect that because it's something that you're leaving behind. And it's gonna stay there for a few decades, centuries.
Yeah, it's gonna stay there forever if you take care of it.
If you take care of it, it's just plastic. It's no magnetized stuff on it.
Yeah.
Like, unlike reels and stuff like that, you don't have any chip, nothing on it. It's just a piece of plastic that's got an impression on it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's interesting. I mean, but the thing is that, again, coming back to why we're really having this conversation is because, again, of the experience that I had with SirCuss, right? So when I saw Peter Cat at ICW in December or November, I was hanging out backstage with the band and I noticed a bunch of fans coming in with vinyls that were being sold at the band's merch store, right? So that becomes and then they were coming there to obviously get it signed by the band and all of that. So effectively, it's still being sold as one of the different ways
Of course,
of ownership or of pledging your allegiance, so to say, to your favorite artist, right? But your opinion is that it differs.
I'm just saying that, see, of course, it has to be sold at a performance venue when the band plays. That's probably the best place to sell your records.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that it's not just merchandise. It's way more than just merchandise.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to put it under the broader merch umbrella.
I would say it's okay to sell it as a merchandise, but the people who are buying it, a lot of people buy it as a merchandise too. But the actual way to look at it is you have a piece of art with you, and it's way more than just a piece of merchandise.
Yeah. I think it's also like, because as I was asking you earlier, right? Like, I don't own a record player, I don't own a set of speakers, and it seems like an expensive hobby to get into. It's a little bit prohibitive, right? So, and I feel that's where like guys like you come in, where you run these listening rooms and things like that. So tell me more about what a listening room is, how did it come about, who are the listening rooms in Bangalore, and what do you do for them?
Well, basically, let's start from there. Like, a lot of people who buy records do not have a record player. But they still have the albums, they still have their favorite artists because they love them. And they want to own something by their favorite artist. And it's also a way of exchange. It's also a way of expressing. It's also a way of saying, like, this is me. You know what I mean? Like, if you browse through the record collection, you kind of get an idea of what kind of a person you are and stuff like that. Listening rooms is actually not a new thing. So I'm at this space called Middle Room, which is in Courtyard, Shantinagar. Amazing place, and it's actually the first vinyl bar, a listening room in Bangalore. Amazing team to work with, owned by Akhila and Arijit Bosman. Akhila owns Courtyard, of course, and Arijit owns like a lot of other space, like Bar Spirits Forward, and many other bars. So he brings in the cocktails and the bar stuff, and Akhila brings in the culture. And Akhila is somebody who loves Bangalore and the old lost tradition of Bangalore, and they love what they do. Right, and then there is Murtovich. He's from Hyderabad. He's a producer, a DJ, and he loves sound. He loves everything that he does. He's got a lot of other projects like Elsewhere, and a lot of other projects actually. So he takes care of the sound part, also the programming part, and so Middle Room is basically actually a listening bar, and the first listening bar of Bangalore. We've installed some amazing sound system.
Sorry to cut you, but like, I want to understand, what is a listening bar?
Yeah.
How is it different from
any other
bar that plays a specific type of music or something like that?
Let's look at it this way. It's actually a room dedicated for like music with great sound system, great tech in terms of like turntables and all of that, and a lot of records, diverse collection of records. And we have like different days dedicated for different genres. Like Wednesdays we do classic rock. Thursdays is bring your own vinyl, where like everybody who's got a record but do not have like great sound system or a great amplifier or whatever, they can bring in the record and play at Middle Room. And Saturday, so like we have different genres, Saturday hip hop and stuff like that. So a listening room is actually a serious place, a spiritual space to listen to your favorite sound. Because the way the room is treated, the way the sound is tuned, record players, the turntables is all top notch. And it's actually a serious space to listen to your favorite music.
That's the real way to listen to that record. That particular record can only be heard the best in a controlled environment. So with unlike home theater, you have multiple speakers, right? You have 5.1, 7.1, 9.1. So for music, there's only two. It's 2.0 or 2.1. Right? So you have only left and right. You have 2 ears. You have 2 speakers, and you can't listen to. You can listen to multi-directional music, but most of the music that comes out, vinyl record itself is a stereo.
So it's just a stereo output,
just left and right. So when you sit right at the sweet spot in a room where you have the left speaker placed at a particular distance from your left ear. Your right speaker placed at a particular distance. That's the best spot in the room to listen to music. So the place he works at, middle room is. I've heard so much about your sound there. I haven't come there yet, but I've heard so much about the equipment, the quality of audio, and the place is designed in a way that you can listen to any record, like in the best way possible.
So we have Technics turntables.
Okay.
We have Alpha Theta's Euphonia rotary mixers, which is dedicated for analog sound. And then we also have the Pioneer CDJ 3000s and all the stuff. We have Danley sound, and Danley sound is amazing. It's amazing. You can't go back to like your regular speakers. It sounds amazing. And these engineers, they come, they tune it once in 2 months or 3 months to, deliver that sort of quality. It's actually by this guy called Aditya, Blue Button. Okay. They're based out of Hyderabad.
Okay.
And
so it's an Indian make?
Danley? No, it's a US make, but Blue Button are the distributors of
distributor,
it. Okay. Yeah, but amazing space, and like he said, it's making like big waves in the scene, and first listening bar in Bangalore. Right?
So it's the first listening bar.
Listening bar in Bangalore.
So there's been nothing like this before in Bangalore. Nothing close to.
I mean, a listening bar.
What was Record Room?
Yeah, a listening bar. No, but something for vinyl. There was this space called Record Room, and that's where I was at before Middle Room. And Record Room was owned by this person called Karthik Chandrasekhar. He also comes from this music and DJ background, and he loves his music, and he always wanted to open up a space dedicated for record and vinyl and all of that. And this happened in, I think, 2021, 2022. And
that's where I met him.
Yeah, and that was technically the first vinyl bar. It was an open space, so it had its own challenges, but
firstly it was in a room.
Yeah,
it was right opposite to Garida Mall. And there were it was open.
It was an open space.
People honking outside. Interfering with the sound, but it's not like
that was there, but he had the courage to actually open something like that. Yes. A dedicated space for records, and actually this place, it's actually a community thing, right? Because like he did his thing, and Sangeeth here, upped his socks with the whole store thing. And then there was, I think, Revolver Club has always been around.
What is Revolver Club? It's a store?
Revolver Club.
They have an online store. They have a physical store in Mumbai.
Okay.
They have a website where they actually had interviews put out, like a blog, which basically activated the whole vinyl scene for India. I mean, Jute from Revolver Club, he played a very important role. I would say he's probably one of the people who brought vinyl back.
Jute, definitely Revolver Club.
And are there such listening rooms or listening bars like Middle Room across India?
Yeah, there's one in Bombay now. I couldn't get a chance to like.
There's one in Goa, I think.
Yeah.
What's the Bombay one called?
Bombay one, I forget.
It's
something with bar, I forget. Yeah, but it's actually a new space. Yeah, it's actually a new space. Yeah. And there is one in Delhi called Genre. That's also a vinyl bar. There's my man Utkarsh. He also pushes the scene in Delhi. He's good with records, he's good with his sound, he's good with his music. So yeah, and there are a lot of these soldiers for this whole thing, right? And it's not like somebody was holding on to the torch. It was more like a community thing. In Bangalore, there was him, his dad, and there was Record Room back in the day who actually, had the courage to start something like this. And then came Nehal, who was India Records founder. Okay. She is based out of Goa, but she was also doing a lot of gigs across India. She actually comes from...
What do you mean doing gigs? What kind of gigs? She was doing vinyl listening gigs?
Yeah, she was doing vinyl listening sessions and a lot of cultural events. And she was also pushing like the sound, the culture, and big shout out to Nehal because she's one of the first female person to actually, I mean, not to be sexist, but it's just that she really pushed the sound, and she's one of the first ones to do it, to push it to that extent,
So she used to plan these gigs at pubs or like places where people gather for like food or alcohol or whatever. And she has a pop-up where she displays all her record collection.
Yeah.
And she sells them there. And right after that, you have musicians performing on vinyl records.
Yeah.
To end the day.
Yeah, and this was whole 2021, right? This was whole 2021. Record Room is happening one side. Sangeeth just came into Ram's music,
Right.
and he's pushing his scene. Nehal is like aggressive. She wants to do a lot of gigs. And Akhil on the jungle floor, always he's top notch. He's a strong dude. He really knows his sound and pushes his sound and this whole culture. He's an
Really
amazing
like
guy.
the kind of music he keeps in the store.
He's mad. I
Very
love this guy.
curated,
Yeah, very
artist.
curated with a lot of love.
So what kind of music is he curating?
I would say he's mostly into soul, neo soul, hip hop, and alternative hip hop kind of a sound. He's a hip hop boy, no doubt. And he pushes a lot of culture. He pushes a lot of albums. He pushes a lot of artists. And he does it for the love of it. And he has this quality. Like, his gigs are something else. I really want to be a part of his gigs because his gigs are something else. The way he pulls crowd, the way he sells his music, the way he sells his sound is something else. So Akhil is also one of the strong soldiers in the Bangalore scene.
So is that the next step then? Is the next step going to be more like curation over over availability for that sense? Like I would assume, like, let's say if I want to discover a specific genre, do I go to then a specific seller or a specific store in the future? Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I look at it this way. It's actually genre the first filter, right? Because you can be into rock, you can be into hip hop, or you can be into something else which, like, you have to find your breed. Right, so Akhil is into hip hop, soul, new soul, and that sort of sound. Ram's music is actually into a lot of exclusive records. I mean, I've spent a lot of time there. They're into a lot of exclusive records, and they can also hook you up with a lot of sound installations and turntables and stuff. Nehal is also about one set of music. She really pushes like disco sound of Bollywood and stuff like that. And then there's Droser. She's also from Bombay. Kinjal. She's a big fan of Pink Floyd. She pushes rock a lot. So everybody pushes what they love.
Yeah.
So I think the way to look at it. Also Rishi from Analog Space. Analog Space, Rishi. He's the
Where's
one.
Analog Space?
Alsur, yeah. It's in Indranagar next to Fabs.
Okay.
And he's got amazing collections of analog records and some cool action figures you don't find anywhere else.
What's the place next to Guerrilla Rhino?
I don't know. I mean, it's next to Fabs.
Yeah, it's next to
Cambridge Layout. Yeah, Cambridge Layout. Yeah, it's next to Fabs. Yeah, so he's got these cool action figures, analog records, and he's also a soldier, man.
So I think as a community, we have people who are really willing to do this for people who are interested. So in Bangalore or in India, we have a lot of people who can source whatever you want. So it's just that availability is a big problem. So when you think of an artist, it need not be available in India. You probably need to contact one of us and then we source it for you. Because there's this time that we take about a week or two to source it from a different country. It's almost impossible to have every single album available in stock in quantity in every store. So the best way to do it is decide on what you want, make a list, send it to one of these people, and they'll get it from there.
It's a very community thing, actually. Like, we all did this together. This wouldn't have been possible. We've come a far way, bro. Like, we started this from the scratch, and everyone plays a very important role. It's not like who wins or who gets the credit for this, but it's a very community thing. Like Record Room, Karthik Chandrasekhar, Sangeeth and his dad, and Nehal, Revolver Club, Droser, Kinjal, Akhil, on the jungle floor, and I'm sure there are many others, but it's definitely these guys to push the Bangalore.
So when you look at it, say 2023, the scene the way it was in 2023 is completely different from how it is right now.
Yeah.
And it's growing rapidly.
Yeah.
The number of people who come to a store to buy record players has increased immensely. So back then we used to have these Taylor Swift records, super expensive, very well designed.
Swifties.
Yeah, Swifties.
Swifties on a,
They walk into the store.
Yeah.
They just want anything that's produced by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So records is like $7,000, $6,000. They don't
But
have a
they buy
record
it.
player. They don't even know what it is. For them, it's a poster.
Yeah.
Sometimes
the
something for
album
them to
art.
display. Yeah.
So they pay like $7,000, $6,000.
Yeah.
Buy the album, go home, frame it, put on the wall. They don't even want to, play it because they already have the music on their phone.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Taylor Swift is another person. I mean, he's probably the biggest person in
Yeah,
the
she's
world
the biggest
who
music
pushed
right.
the vinyl record to the next level overall.
Yeah. Also, Murugan.
Oh, Murugan.
Murugan, I forgot to mention Murugan.
Who's Murugan?
So there is a record store. I wouldn't say a store. It's his
Not
house.
store, it's his house.
In Bangalore, where he has stacked like pillars of records inside his house. And you have to go to the kitchen. You have to like squeeze between two pillars of records, and then that's his house. So
And he's selling these?
He's selling this.
Oh, wow.
He's selling this. He was a collector first, and his story is amazing. He's been collecting from a very young age. Got it from his dad, of course, and he got into it on a serious level. But he's got the love for music and
equipment too.
Yeah, and we did like sort of an interview with him with No Borders. And
What's with No Borders?
No Borders is actually a community. They push fashion and sound and music and all that sort of stuff in collaboration with Jayesh, who owns Vinyl Souk, based out of Dubai. They release their own albums, the compilation albums, and they pick the best artists from UAE. And he has this record label called, a series called Made in Emirates. Amazing sound, amazing compilation album series. But yeah, so we had called Murugan, and Murugan shared some of his experiences and stories. And he was like, yeah, my wife supported me so much. I was into sound, I was into this. Beautiful, yeah. So Murugan also actually somewhere or the other plays a big role. So it's a very community thing, bro. It's like all happened together and for the love of it. Actually, if you look at it, it's the love. Love.
It looks like it's competition because you have different brand names, different locations. But I'll tell you what happens in my store. I get an order or a customer comes looking for a particular record. I know what kind of genre it is and who might have it. I call Akhil. And check his website and see if he has it in stock. Or call Murugan uncle and check if it's available, and then immediately send a porter, pick it up, deliver it. So it's not really a competition because there's no point competing here because there's nothing you will win if you compete. But the whole idea, even though we haven't sat around a table and discussed about this plan, but everybody's
just kind of happening.
individual plan is to improve this whole
is to basically get the record into the hands of into the fan, right?
That's a very beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing, bro. I love it actually. I love that. I mean, Akhil, you, Nehal, we all pushed it and we've come.
So when Nehal wanted to come and do a show in Bangalore, we did a small pop-up kind of thing. So she sold the records in our store.
Oh, nice.
We're okay with the thing because I don't have the same collection she has. So it's a really
it's a different
nice
collection, a different audience.
Everybody has a different collection.
Everybody's got a different audience.
But what about? Tell me more about what you do specifically for
Middle Room,
where you work. Like, let me understand that.
Yeah. So, Middle Room, I'm actually part of this amazing team. I'm actually a selector there, mainly.
Okay.
And
what does a selector mean? What does
selector is the person who actually selects the right music at the right time. And that's something I always wanted to do, right? Like I said in the starting of this session, like I always want to play the right music at the right time. And selector is the guy who selects that. It doesn't have to, the selector doesn't have to come from this DJ background, or he doesn't have to beat match or mix it or go as per the technical side of it. It just has to be, bro, DJing is basically playing the right music at the right time.
Right.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. And selector is that. So I am that. And I love this team. I love Middle Room. And I love everything that they have done for the city. And that's my role. I'm just a selector, a curator, a storyteller. And
So when you say selector for Middle Room, you're selecting what records come into the catalog.
yeah,
You're selecting what
Yeah.
IPs come in.
yeah,
Okay.
Does Middle Room sell records?
No, Middle Room doesn't sell records for now, but of course, maybe in future we might like start our own series of compilation albums and stuff like that. Maybe when it's
So that's your difference between a record store and a listening. Was it vinyl bar?
yeah.
So vinyl bar is mostly a F&B brand
Mm.
that has a vinyl themed venue with
Yeah.
listening as the focus. You
Yeah.
don't get to buy records there, but you can experience.
You can
music
experience the
on the
sound,
record.
Yeah.
Like he mentioned earlier, which is high quality
High quality
sound
hi-fi.
that's
Yeah.
the sort of venues designed for that.
Yeah. And Middle Room is also like courtyard itself is like a space like where a lot of people come together for the love of it. Like Akila definitely loves her whole Bangalore culture and stuff like that. Arijit Boseman for the bar and the spirits, and Musovic and this guy called Avinash Kumar who goes by the name Tiruda, who loves visuals and art and all of that. So everybody brings in their love and their passion, and so we all come together. And it's just that, and the team is really nice, and we do a lot of shit for the love of it, and there's a lot of things in the pipeline, and really looking forward to it. And when I actually walked into Middle Room when it was under construction, Murthy called me, Akila called me, and they said like join us. I saw the setup, I was sold, because I could see rotary mixer, I could see Technics, I could see Danley Sounds and Murtovic, who's actually an OG crazy guy. So I was like, fuck man, this is mad. But I kept a poker face. I said, yeah, I'll think about it. But I was sold. I was like, man, this is something.
Yeah.
This
And what were you
is one
doing
of the-
before that?
Huh?
What were you doing before that?
He just took a break
Record
from
room.
record
I did
Oh, you were
record
in a
room.
record
Yeah, I took like 1 year break, and I was just traveling. Like I told you personally. Like I was in Kumbh, and I was in this, and I was that. I was just like a nomad traveling everywhere, trying to find myself and my sound and my purpose. But when Middle Room happened, it was something that gave me like a lot of strength. You know what I mean? Like Middle Room is like Akhila and Boseman, Arijit and Murthy. These are these guys who are like, if you believe in something, we'll support you. And my first question was like, do you have a vision? And Akhila and all these guys were like, yeah, we have a vision. We want to do this. And I said, okay, I'll come with my own vision and we'll see what we can bring on the table. And these guys are amazing. These guys are amazing to work with. But yeah, I mean, it's just so yeah, that's Middle Room, and I curate music for them, to answer your question. Yeah, and I create a lot of playlists, and I've always been creating playlists. I've always been creating themes and psychological pathways to get from one point to the other.
Like, give me an example. What's a psychological pathway?
It's a psychological pathway.
I'm showing up at Middle Room on a Thursday evening.
Yeah.
What's the psychological pathway?
I mean,
I've just had a massive fight with my boss.
massive fight.
No, I'm just kidding.
So no, I can go there. Actually, so the thing is, there is a BPM that your body naturally feels.
Okay.
You have a BPM. We all have a BPM that we can relate to. There are two types of listeners. One are absorbers and one are escapers.
Okay.
People who try to escape the present, their life, and people who try to absorb it. There are people who try to absorb the pain. If they are in pain, they absorb it by listening to sad songs. Escapers are the ones who actually listen to
The contrast.
the contrast of it. Like they listen to something fast, like something 128 BPM, and they're like, yeah, fuck this. These are the two
That's
types of
very- that's
listeners.
very
These are the two types of listeners I believe in.
Okay.
And so I start from your natural BPM. I see people. I see the way they're sitting, the way they're functioning, the way they're looking at the menu, the way they're breathing, the way they're actually observing everything, the way they're talking and everything. And I'm a guy who believes in small spaces. you put me in large stages. Of course, I would love that for the social media part of it, but I'm a guy who loves connecting personally on a personal level. I want to look you in the eye. I want to smile. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your story. I want to know what it's about, how's life going and stuff like that. So I would start from like a, 80 to 90 BPM and then slowly work my way around. So it's like I go in, I pin your emotion and then I bring you out of it, So if you're feeling sad, I will play you sad song, but I'll be the judge of it. Are you an absorber or are you an escaper? I'll be the judge of it. And I will take you from there and I will leave you on a better spot. That's a selector. That's somebody behind the decks. I'm the storyteller. I'm the dictator of it. Or,
we need more people like you in
That's pretty intense. I was not expecting that when I asked this question, but that's really cool. That's a very, very interesting.
speaking or is it you?
This is kicking in,
We don't know.
Yeah.
What day can I come to Middle Room to find out if you're telling the truth?
If you're, you told me you're into rock, so Wednesday, because we have a IP Classic Rock Wednesday. It's curated for the love of lost culture of Bangalore. Bangalore is all about classic rock and So Wednesdays, of course. Or it's my favorite Saturday, which is the flip side of me. I play a lot of hip hop and R&B and that sort of sound. And Thursdays, I play a lot of funk, soul, disco. I'm also into like 70s R&B and soul and disco and all of that. So I just walk in any day, man. I'll make sure you feel good and you feel home.
Thank you.
So that's like a really, really like fucking cool job profile to have, right? Like,
how many other selectors do you know?
How many other selectors?
My favorite selectors
in Bangalore,
irrespective of whether they're playing like a digital or I love Jayesh from Vinyl Souk, of course. Yeah.
Where is Vinyl Souk?
Dubai, and I love. There are so many names popping into my head, but
do you know another selector in Bangalore?
Chan. I love Chan. Chan
from?
Chan, Bangalore boy. He's a Bangalore boy. Thanks, man. He's a Bangalore boy. Chan from Sundar Chan is his name. Yeah. Chan. I love Chan.
He's a DJ, right?
He's a DJ, but he really knows his shit. He really knows his sound, and
he's a vinyl DJ. I had been to one of his parties.
Yeah, but vinyl, I would say Mad Wax, Akhil, Hollis. Hollis is actually the head brewer of Arbor. I love Hollis.
What's his full name?
Hollis Coates, I think. I'm not sure. Okay. I just call him Hollis. Yeah,
we'll find him.
Yeah, we'll find him. Yeah, Hollis is really cool. He really knows his sound. And these guys are like the vinyl guys. Yeah.
And who are the big vinyl DJs in India?
I mean, big vinyl DJs, definitely Ivan, man. Ivan has got some amazing records that I wish I had. And he's one of those cool guys. I bow down to Ivan because, he loves music. He's dedicated his life for this. So, and he really knows his music. He really knows his records. He's got some amazing collection of records. So definitely Ivan, man. Ivan, Clement. Vachan.
Yeah. These are all three of them.
This is like Brahma, Vishnu. Vachan, Ivan. Yeah, these guys are mad, bro. Like, these guys are like the OGs.
We should go to a drum and bass party by Vachan Chinnappa.
Yeah, Vachan is mad. Vachan is like OG who's like young. He's that raw, stylish, cool.
He's not young. He's old, but he's been the same for like.
I'd say
he's been young for many years.
He's been young for many years. I love Vachan. I love Ivan and Clement, all these guys, because they've really pushed the sound and the culture.
But outside of Bangalore, like say in Bombay, Delhi, who are the big guys? Are there any like vinyl DJs in these cities?
From Delhi, Nishant.
Nishant,
in India, yeah. He's an amazing guy. He's a cool guy. He's got a lot of radio shows and he really pushes sound and he's very He's very shapeless, very formless. He believes in groove. He's got an amazing store, amazing collection, and amazing guy.
He's also a DJ.
He's a selector.
He's a selector.
Yeah, he's a selector. Yeah. Nishant, of course, any day. I mean, I'm sure there are many, and we all are doing it for the love of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are many, but this is, of course, as per their, success in expressing what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Nishant definitely, Akhil definitely. Man, I want you to be a DJ, man. Like someday you should be a selector and
Let's
go.
I think being a DJ is a very, it's a talented job. I don't think I can read the room. Right? So
reading the
room
it's
when you have like
skill,
60 people in your room.
Yeah.
And to play one common music for all 60 people is really tough.
Yeah.
And you should have balls to like pick a record and put that on, right? Because you might have one person in the corner, like abusing you for playing wrong music for him.
Yeah.
And I look at it like this, like DJs are musicians too.
Yeah.
I mean, they are musicians, just that they don't perform their own compositions most of the time. Or if they do have their own compositions, then they're not playing it with an instrument, but they're using a device to play their recorded music.
Right.
Yeah, that's the difference between a DJ and a musician, according to me. Yeah. But I really wanted to be a musician.
Yeah.
Playing the guitar or singing and all that. But when I was in college,
playing the guitar.
I started with that. But when I was in college, I did engineering. So I was part of this core committee team who handles the fest. Fest is called SirCuss.
And which college did you go?
New Horizon College too.
Okay.
Where do you go?
In Marshall.
I don't want to say it, but I mean, Crystal Jati.
Okay.
Like good college.
No, good college, but they gave you a hard time, man.
But you're a Mallu.
Yeah.
Where else will you go?
Yeah.
So my college, the fest season, right? Every year you have this 2 months, 3 months of fest work.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a musician just before that.
Yeah.
And I saw these amazing, talented college students who play like shredding guitars, and the drummers are like crazy.
Yeah.
And then I parked that idea of being a musician because there's no way I'm going to compete with this college kid who's playing really amazing music already. Yeah. But then I decided to be this person who gives this musician an opportunity to play. Yeah. Right. So you can be an amazing musician, but you're sitting at home unless you have an opportunity to play. Yeah. So I didn't know there was a profession called artist manager. But I somehow became an artist manager because I started talking to Kaira. I know back in the day there was a venue called Kaira in Indranagar.
Where was this venue?
This was right next to the Bangalore flyover. So
the fitness. What is this?
Mumford & Sons play there.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, Mumford & Sons.
Which year?
This was just before they won the Grammy. They were walking on Indranagar streets, and Kaira was an amazing place where they host super amazing gigs. So they used to choose these really good musicians who are not big yet, put them together, and they've had like 24-hour festivals, like 48-hour festivals and stuff.
Wow.
Like that. Super stuff. So I spoke to a friend from Kaira back then and told them like, hey, I have a couple of friends who play good music. Can we do something with them? Yeah. And then I spoke to a lot of coffee shops and stuff like that, and I found out that the coffee shop was struggling because there are no people, and the only way to bring in people was to have something different from the other coffee shop. Mm-hmm. So then he's like, okay, fine, let's try this out. Get a musician. Let's give him a guitar and play some music. So the musician gets paid by the cafe. The crowd comes into the cafe because there's a musician playing, and they get to listen to music, live music, and drink coffee. That's like the USP of that cafe. Yeah. And then we started doing this. We started selling musicians. So I used to have like 4 musicians I work with, and I had 4 venues. So I put A, B, C, D in 1, 2, 3, 4, and I switch it every week. So musicians got paid. I got paid. The venue made money. Yeah. So that's how I became an artist manager. I didn't even know there was a thing called artist manager.
What years was these? Like what years?
So when I was in college, so 2009, 2010.
And you've been doing that for a while now, right? You've been an artist manager
since then. Yeah. So I used to work for an artist management company for a short while. That's when I learned more about artist management. Okay. Then I formed my own company called Sound Awake. So Sound Awake has been around for about 13 years, but during COVID we shut it because we were doing too many things and there were no events happening. I had to shut it. But I have Soundlike Studios. So when you do events, you don't have revenue coming in every month. So you have these months, August to Feb is when you actually make money. And after Feb, you're broke because there's nothing happening. So I decided to come up with a music-related business plan which gives you steady income every month. So we decided to start Soundwake Studios. And we had a recording studio, music school, and a jam room all in one place. So I was trying to complete the cycle of a musician. So a musician starts off with listening to music, which is Ram's music. And then you go to a school, learn music. Then you go to a recording studio, record, you jam, and then you perform. That is Soundwake. You know, the entire cycle. So I did that for a long time. And Soundwake Studios is still around. I'm just doing a lot of things. But I just love doing this.
But now, so you've basically, so you started off like with Ram's music.
I didn't
selling. I mean, like that's sort of how your music started off for you. And then you became an artist manager, and then you started Soundwake. Now you're back with Ram's music and you're running SirCuss Records. So, like, in your opinion, are Indian artists putting out enough records, like vinyls? Should there be more? Because also, like, you know, the question is to both of you, right? Like, you mentioned that at Middle Room you program rock and you program hip hop and you program R&B and all of that stuff is happening. Are you programming enough artists, Indian artists, or are you not because of dearth of availability of records? And if that is the case, then what can SirCuss and what can Indian artists together do?
I mean, I love that question, man. I mean, there are a lot of sounds which we wish were on records because Middle Room sticks to its brand values, which is being on vinyl and like on record, on wax. The thing is, there are many artists who did not release their music on a record, on a fucking vinyl. Like there's this band called Sky Rabbit. You know Sky, bro, I love Sky Rabbit. Bombay, Yorchin.
As well, Bombay?
I love those guys, and there are many guys who actually did not really release their music on wax. And I wish they did. I wish they actually, you know. I mean, I'm a more of like compilation album and a playlist more than the actual like album. Because I believe in like one particular sound, one particular genre, one particular feel, one particular theme. And that's what I was just talking about.
That's a genre specific way of curating a record. But when you look at an artist specific, then you have an album. There are multiple ways to do records. But I say that there are an amazing pool of musicians in India. There always were. And now, again, there are new artists coming out. A lot of people should put their music out on vinyl records.
They should,
And it's mainly, they don't know how to do this. They, even if they think about putting it on vinyl record, what do they do next? They have the music ready, now what do they do? So that's where SirCuss Records come in. So we just take care of how, we just take care of the whole headache of, you know, getting the music on vinyl. There's a lot of things to do in between. It's about 8 weeks kind of process that happens from the time we receive music from the artist. There's paperwork, there's legal stuff. You need to have a contract. The manufacturer is not going to press a record until the musician approves it, or the record holder, the license holder. So it's something that we've done it. We've cracked the whole thing.
You've got that whole process.
You just need to put the input and you're going to get records. So I would say everybody should try doing this, putting the music. If you're confident about music, if you think you've made a great product, you should put it on a vinyl record.
And it lasts forever, right? Like you can always
keep selling it. It's plastic, right? So it's. So do you know how the word vinyl came?
No, I have no idea. So he also mentioned wax. How was wax got to do?
That's another term to address the same thing, vinyl record. But vinyl records are made on plastic, and plastic is PVC. PVC is polyvinyl chloride, and that's where vinyl came from. So, like I said, there are paper records. There are the flimsy, the plastic records, which is like you can roll it up. It's that thin. But initially, gramophones used a material called shellac to make records, Those were the heavy disc. It looked like a slice of stone, and you drop it, it breaks.
Okay.
Because that's how the material is designed.
Yeah.
So all the gramophones that never use electricity to play music, where you wind it, you place the record. That's a 78 RPM format.
Okay.
So it rotates at 78 RPM, and you place the needle on it. You get about 7 to 10 minutes on one side. So you hardly can put 1 or 2 songs max on one side. And 78 RPM and 10 inches, it gets done fast.
Yeah.
So because of this problem of the records breaking, like you have one record, you struggle to buy a record, and one small accident, it drops off the table and it's broken. You can never use it again. And that's when these guys thought about another material to put the music on. It doesn't break. So that's when they came up with this whole technology of putting music on plastic, molten plastic, right? So that's where the word vinyl came from.
Okay.
Thank you. So once plastic is something that's abundantly available, right? It's not something that's expensive.
Can be created.
It's waste. Like we throw away plastic every day.
I would want to suck away the plastic and make it record.
If you could do that,
we're sitting on gold then. Yeah.
So it's like the best business. Like if you have a machine that converts plastic into records, that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
And so material is not the cost here. So it's on plastic. It's not magnetized. It's not got any chip in it.
Yeah.
Records are just it's just an impression of waves on each side, right? So it's something that lasts forever. Plastic, you put plastic on the soil, it's going to last forever. Same way you preserve it in your room, it's going to last forever. So I think plastic was the best choice to
move from shellac to
this. And this is going to last forever. So if you have a piece of a record of plastic in your house, you take care of it. You make sure you don't scratch the record. You don't put dust on it. Just clean it up regularly.
Yeah.
And it's going to be there forever. So musicians should really get their music on vinyl records, because 3 generations down,
there's the longevity and the sort of sharing and passing on, and
imagine we discover a record that's from the 40s.
Right?
The kind of effect that the music from the 40s, somebody decided to make that shit, and we're using it now, and that's amazing. That's the best part about having a record.
So when you actually play a record, it creates a background noise that puts you in the zone. And then when you listen to the music, it's something else. And I think it's the best way to listen to that music.
So when you listen to digital music, what happens is you have silence. That's your level, 0 level. And then you listen to music over it. But in record, when you place the needle on the record, the first song, before the first song starts, you have about 6 to 7 minutes of noise, the pops and the crackle. The song's about to start. Right? You're already in that zone in 6 seconds. And then the music starts. So your ambient sound is taken care of. Like you're not listening to music over silence. You're listening to music over an ambient sound. So you have an ambient sound, and then you listen to music over it.
Got it.
That feeling of listening to music on a record is mainly because of this noise, the pop and crackle combination, the random sounds. It's not on beat, and you have something on beat, which is music, and that combination is different experience.
It's very vibrational.
So how does then an artist reach out to you?
Write to Sangeeth at SirCussRecords.com. But we have a website, SirCussRecords.com. You should take a look at it. We have an option called Press a Vinyl. You click on that button and we'll get in touch with you.
Okay. So and then you take care of the pressing, distribution, production.
Yeah. So there are multiple models we work in. When you get to see the website, you'll know. So the best way is to write to us, and we'll get back to any musician who's interested to do this. So we take care of everything from the time they send us their masters, which is the wave file of their music, and the design for the vinyl sleeve. That's all we need. Okay. And then we take it to production. So we have the printers doing the job on the vinyl cover design. Yeah. We have the stamper makers and sound engineers working on the master, converting the digital to an analog format. So you have some frequencies to be changed, So it's called analog mastering.
Yeah.
So you have a digital file, you can convert into an analog master.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have to be an EP or an album. It can be a mixtape. It can be
Anything.
It can be anything.
It can be anything that
Yeah.
an artist
Record this conversation now and put it on
Yeah.
a record. Like,
Main course is here.
Yes.
This is the only thing that I have made today, which is the chicken curry. The dosas have been made again by Bilal. Everything else was made by Bilal.
Shout
But-
out to Bilal.
Yeah, shout out to Bilal. But as I serve this,
Yeah.
Sangeeth, I have a question for you. You tell me, where did you find this Nehru speech and national anthem record? And what other such records do you have in your secret collection?
secret collection. So this Nehru record. So what I usually do when I'm in the store and have no customers coming in is go choose a random record from the stock that I have and listen to it. I don't Google about it.
Yeah.
I don't do any kind of research, but just pick it up, play.
Yeah.
So what happened was one of the times I was doing this, I was just going through the bunch of records
Yeah.
and I saw paper stuck to another record.
Yeah.
Just remove the paper like this, it just comes out, and it is actually like a cutout of a record on a paper. And I'm like, what is this? I thought it must be a sleeve design or something.
Yeah.
But then I looked at it, it actually had grooves on it. And I put it on a record player and played it. It was a 78 RPM, so it didn't sound right on 33.
Yeah.
But I started listening to it. And then I went back to the space where we have a lot of records dumped. And I found the cover for it. So it says Indian Independence speech by Nehru in the US. And this was like a live speech that he was speaking at one of the venues in the US in 1948 or something. And it ended with a national anthem. Like the national anthem is Indian national anthem sung by American choir. I've never heard anything like that before because first of all, it's got complicated words, right?
Yeah.
And to listen to Americans sing it was a different experience with a lot of harmonies and stuff like that. Pronunciation was funny, but it's something that you wouldn't hear anywhere. So I recorded the whole thing. I have a digital copy of it. We'll probably play it on this video too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a random find because when we buy records, we buy it in bulk, and it's somebody's personal collection that comes to us. And this one was a special record which we found.
Thanks, man.
That's
So
pretty much
when you buy it in bulk, you mean like these are just somebody who's selling it, people who randomly
so
have it
we
and
do get calls from people who has a record collection. There's a bunch of records lying in a corner, and they don't use it anymore. So it's probably their grandfather who collected the records, and they don't have a record player. They're not musically inclined. So the best thing they could do is give it away because it's just using a lot of space, and it's tough when you're moving. You can't really take care of it, and a lot of people tend to lose their records. So we get a call and they tell us how many records they have, and then we just decide to buy it off them. And it depends on the quality of the records. So if they maintained it well, if the collection is good, we just pay them the price and pick it up. And then we have a round of cleaning.
and then you listen to it.
We fix all the sleeves and stuff and put it back on track.
You also have somebody to actually reprint the sleeves.
Yes, there's this guy in Madhya Pradesh, I think, who only prints sleeves.
Yeah.
So he got in touch with me and told
So
me.
do you have to provide the graphics and the
No, I just had to tell him what album, and he
finds it.
Wow.
and he prints it and sends it to me.
Wow.
So when I get records without sleeves or damaged sleeves, I just give him a call. I just send him the label. The record has a center label. Send him a picture, like a bunch of pictures, and he'll make sleeves for everything and send it back.
That's insane.
But do you have like a season for the record sales, the vinyl sales? Like, do you think there is a particular month?
Not really, because when you look at it, Christmas would be the best time to sell anything, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't sell a lot of
we
we didn't sell a lot of records this Christmas. But
Yeah.
the sale happens on a very random day.
Okay.
Like when you have a record store, you have to be open
Yeah.
on a weekend, right?
Yeah.
And then Monday is when I decide to take an off. And
Yeah.
Monday is when the main customer comes who wants to buy records for 2 lakhs. Yeah. So there are customers. I had a DJ who came down from Singapore. He gave me a call first and told me, he asked me if he had Ilayaraja records. And I have a bunch of them. And he came down from Singapore to just listen to these records and pick up. He's a DJ. He mixes, he samples these records with beats and performs. So he came down, bought about 20-30 Ilayaraja records. And Ilayaraja original pressing records are super expensive. And he took them and went back.
And what's like the age group that we're talking about now when it comes to sales?
I don't think there's an age group, because I have a customer who was 8-year-old and I have a customer who's 90 years old.
I met that guy.
So there are kids. There's a kid who came to my store and started talking to me about records. He knew more about records than
So this
me.
guy is like a serious record collector.
Yeah, I don't know how he got into this. I think he just saw it on internet and he picked it up or something.
Yeah.
And he was in his school, obviously, and he called me and told me he wants to work in my store. And then I'm like, no, we don't appreciate child labor. And he's like, no, I'm serious. And I'm like, get a letter from your mom or dad or your principal of your school and do it. He actually got the letter, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you hire him or not?
We hired him. So I did an Instagram video with him.
Like the same young boy with the specs. Yeah.
He worked for 3 months. He did an internship for 3 months while he was in school. And I didn't have to tell him what to do and what not to do. He exactly knew how to talk to customers. Nice. Customers were coming there asking him technical questions.
And he had the answers?
Wow, that's insane. So there's no age to it really. It's the kind of people.
Yeah.
Right? So you could be 90, you could be 8, but if you like analog, you like analog.
But you feel Christmas is the month where like a lot of sales
I think that's
happen.
what people think, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Christmas is a season where a record store sell a lot of records.
Yeah.
That's not really it. It's just random.
But records sell through the year, right? Like I would assume like it would happen all the time.
We've had very bad days where we sold nothing. We've had really good days where we sold like 2 lakh, 3 lakh worth only records.
Yeah.
So it's very unpredictable. It's not formulated.
Yeah.
But I think now it's time to taste the one thing that I made.
Ooh.
Let's go for it. Dosas are here. Chicken curry is here. This is the real test.
Yes.
Let's go for it. Go for it.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers. That was a good meal. I enjoyed it. You guys enjoyed it?
I loved it, bro.
There's something about dosa and chicken curry.
Dosa and chicken curry is very
Bangalore.
Yeah.
Empire.
Kentucky?
Kentucky, bro. And Picos.
Yeah, Picos.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. The dinner, it would have been different as biryani, but dosa and chicken is
no, we've already done biryani, so we want to avoid repeating dishes on the.
Dosa was amazing. The curry was amazing.
That's what I want to hear, bro. Tell me more about the curry. Describe the curry.
Super good.
Curry was great. Spice was on point. There was a lot of love.
But how do you rate? Let's rate all of the dishes. Okay, so we started with popcorn is packaged, exclusive. We had chili chicken, lollipop, and honey chili potatoes.
Chili chicken 7 out of 10.
What about you?
I would say 8 on 10.
Lollipop.
Lollipop 8 out of 10.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. Potatoes.
Potatoes 9. For me 9. Yeah.
Okay. Dosa and chicken curry.
I thought you'd say 10, bro.
Dosa and chicken curry. I mean 10 on 10, man. It was this a lot of love, lot of.
It felt like
felt home. Yeah, felt home, man.
That's the vibe, bro. That's what we're going
Dosa
for.
was on point.
Yeah.
I don't like those crispy dosas. It was the right,
homely dosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved it,
Okay.
man. Awesome.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
It's been
man.
a great
Thank
meal
you.
for
Love
me.
you, man,
And
Saransh.
cheers, bro.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers for coming. It's been a lovely evening. But now we're going to ask some tough questions, as I told you guys, right? Is this a bubble?
This.
Not us. Not us having dinner and drinks.
Yeah.
Is this whole vinyl scene, do you think it's a bubble?
If it's a bubble, as in, if this is.
Do you think it's a bubble waiting to burst? Is this like a short-term boom?
No.
I mean,
No.
and you know,
No.
because you've seen and your family's seen, and you've
Yeah.
been in this for a very long
Yeah.
time. So you guys are best positioned to
Yeah.
answer this, right? Like,
It's
how
only
do you
the-
view it?
I think it's only the start. It's only the start because we've had enough of those technologies, those touch screens, those soulless source of music, that I think records and physical form of music is going to be the new thing. Physical form of anything is going to be the new thing. And records for the music and for the album covers and 12 by 12 size, I think it's going to be the new thing. Yeah.
This can't be a bubble because the technology which was used to make records and listen to records has been the same for over 100 years. There are so many things that came in, including cassettes,
Yeah.
CDs, USB, streaming, everything keeps coming, going. But if record has to come back and people think it's cool, which is cooler than CD, cooler than cassettes, everything, then I don't think it's ever gonna go back, man. It's gonna be like the primary medium for music. At least.
Yeah, if they dig us out after like say 50 years, the world has come to an end and they dig us out, there are more chances of you finding records than cassettes, and anything else. Records
That's a very interesting point. So, if the world ends in 50 years,
you'll find a lot of plastic, but plastic records too. But I think it's only going to go up because if you look at the statistics, there's been a dip from 80s to 2020.
when was the previous major peak of record sales?
70s and 80s were
70s and 80s?
the biggest. All the records that we have, even now, the analog records were all made between 60s and 80s. So, and it's still there. We're still listening to music from the same place that we made. And it's gonna be there forever. Just that people didn't know how to take care of records in 70s and 80s because
80s especially.
It was hard to find that information.
You need to get the right kind of
a lot of disco records were burnt actually.
Why? For fun.
I mean, for this whole LGBTQ community thing, and a lot of people were not open towards that sort of mindset. So a lot of records were burnt. A lot of music was burnt, and
it's gonna stay forever. That's what I feel, at least, because we've seen it all. We've seen records, we've seen cassette series, and nothing stayed. It's probably a cycle too. Records are back now, then cassettes probably will be back in a couple of years. And CDs again after a few years. It's gonna be a cycle. It's always been a cycle. If you look at 80s, heavy metal has been, and then 90s you have pop. Now you have hip hop, and we probably will go back to heavy metal later. So everything is a cycle.
So cassettes you can rewrite, CDs you can rewrite, but records you can't. So that way, records are gonna be there. It's very raw.
So there's no piracy, right?
Yeah, you cannot pirate
you can't
it.
make records at home unless you have a machinery for it. You can't make records home, and the manufacturers don't really press records for random people. You need to get the right documents. Papers need to be in place for him to press records. And if I order for 100 records, he's going to be giving me only 100 records, not 101.
Got it. And actually, that brings me then to the next point, right? Like, if you had to say 5 Indian records, each of you have to answer this, right? 5 Indian records that is a must-have in your collection, and then I'll come to second question for that. Who wants to go first? Like at the tip
5
of your
Indian
tongue.
records.
Yes. 5 Indian records.
That one must have in their collection.
Well, definitely Sangeeth Singh.
Okay.
Anand Shankar.
Anand Shankar, which one?
Anand Shankar, anyone. I would say the one which has jumping jack, right?
The yellow one, right?
Yeah. That Anand Shankar, of course. And from the early 90s and 2000s, Colonial Cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they really pushed a lot of R&B and jazz funk sound. This should be documented, and they should be in your collection. And I would say one of A.R. Rahman's records, because A.R. Rahman is A.R. Rahman, and
One more.
Help me out a bit here.
He's thinking of his own answer right now.
I think the first record.
Okay,
No, wait, he has one more to go.
I would say Lucky Ali.
Lucky Ali?
Yeah,
Which one?
because Lucky Ali.
Hosanam.
Huh?
O Sanam?
No, O Sanam never came out on wax. I think, only Tere Mere Pyar. Yeah, Tere Mere Saath Jo Hota, that one came out on record.
Don't remember.
I forgot. We'll
I
Google
haven't
it and
seen
then
one.
We'll put it up on
yeah.
the screen.
Yeah, that one. And Lucky Ali is like art of living. He's very philosophical and believes in love and life and all those stuff.
So yours is Charanjit Singh, Anand Shankar, Colonial Cousins, one of A.R. Rahman, and Lucky Ali.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 Indian records.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you for next question. Sangeet's had time to think. So Sangeet, no stopping, just go.
Oh wait, I need to explain each of it. So first record any Indian should have is an MS Subbulakshmi Venkateshwar Suprabhatam.
Okay.
Because South India wakes up to that record.
Right.
And you don't get a new copy of it. You need to buy something that's been used and given away to. You need to find. It's very tough to find it. But that record is the most used record in the country because every morning they use it. And if you look at the record, you look at the grooves. There's no groove anymore. It's just like it's just sandpaper.
But it still plays.
It plays.
It still plays. Yeah. I kind of.
And her voice, vocal frequency.
I don't change my answer at this point. Yeah.
The vocal frequency, her voice is so high frequency that even if you don't have the first layer, you still hear something. It's deep.
That actually played a huge role in my life.
Everybody like it's
Even in mine, dude. I'm not even South Indian, but I mean, I grew up here, but still.
And the feeling of waking up to that record is something else. I've always woken up to that, not record, but in some format. My dad used to play the first thing. That's my alarm. You wake up to that, and your day is different when you wake up to that. So that's something that every should have.
Right. Okay.
What's
very
next?
true.
Wait, other 4 I need to think again.
He thought of one bombastic one, and he's like, I'll think of the others on the fly.
I used to stay in MEGN Center, Army, sector, and I used to walk.
Use this time to think.
Use this time to think. And I used to walk from MEGN Center to Kendra Vidyalaya MEG. And I used to listen to this, Suprabhata every corner. Yeah, and I have a record of this one. Yeah. That's definitely one that I will actually give to somebody, like for India and Bangalore, and because it played a huge role. Yeah, Suprabhatam.
Okay, what's next?
Bro?
What's next, Sangeeth? Come on.
So Jagjit Singh
Jagjit Singh?
his live Come Alive series.
Okay.
It was a double record. It was basically his performance put on record. And that performance of his with his ex-wife, I forgot her name. Chitra Singh. Both of them performed it, and there was a lot of dialogues in between. All that on record. That's an amazing record to have. Then Ravi Shankar's sitar. You need to have one Ravi Shankar sitar review, and I would say you have Carnatic. Subbulakshmi, Ravi Shankar from Hindustani, maybe Ghulam Ali is one you can have.
Oh fuck, man!
So you have.
I kind of hate his answer now.
Jagjit Singh, Ghulam Ali, Subbulakshmi, Ravi Shankar, and Taba Chake.
Taba Chake. Oh my god! Taba.
What about Avial? No, Avial.
Avial is an amazing record, but it's not available in stock. They need to get in touch with us to make more copies. But
I kind of tried to put him in the spot, but he answered it nicely. So,
Taba Chake actually sounds really good on records. It's already out on the digital stream, but it sounds different. The way Taba likes it on records.
Yeah.
Okay.
So loved it.
That's a very, very interesting set of 5 records, 5 Indian records that one. So that's 10 Indian records that one must have in their collection.
Yeah. What's yours?
I'm going to flip it. I don't have a record collection.
I mean, just like your favorite albums that you.
Bro, I told you, right? Like for me, Indian music for me is like very, very like mainstream modern Indian music, right? Post 2020. So I think Divine's Kohinoor I would have. I would probably have Seedhe Moth's No mixtape.
Yeah.
I would have a Parvaz album.
Yeah.
I would have a Thermal and a Quarter album.
Yeah.
For nostalgia purposes.
Yeah.
And I would have a metal album. Tough one, but I would pick Cryptos. Probably one of their works when Ganesh was still in the band. I'm drawing a blank on the name of the album. I can have it. I have it on CD. What's the first one? You can see it there. Yeah, I would have that one. So these would be my top 5 Indian albums.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Kohinoor even same, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd have these as my top 5.
I don't think any of these are on vinyls yet.
None of these are on vinyls, and that actually brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
What are 5 Indian albums or records that you think should be on vinyl? And if they were, you would immediately add them to your collection. We'll flip it around. Sangeeth, go first. Sangeeth, go first.
It's a very, I mean, it would not be the best list if you put me in a spot like that.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 that come to your mind. You can always use the YouTube comments function to change your answer. I'll pin it.
So I think a lot of singer-songwriters put a lot of good music out. And I really wanted to experiment with a musician where you have a guitar and vocals from the same musician. I want to put guitar on the left and the vocal on the right. Experiment with records that way. Because when you're listening to a stereo record, you have a slight pan on left and right. But imagine you have 2 speakers, one playing only the guitar, one playing only the voice. It sounds like there are a couple of people sitting in front of you and playing music. So I would like to do that with a couple of singer-songwriters. Frizzell D'Souza. Somebody. So we had a show yesterday with Frizzell, and so probably the first time I watched her live with the whole band. Amazing sound. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's talking about.
She's great. Yeah.
She's great. That's one. Parvaz, we're working on Parvaz's new album. That's going to be an amazing record. It's already out. It's amazing. That's the second one. The Downtrodden's my band. It's a multi-award winning album. It's only on CDs. It was only on CDs. And now I think it's time to put it out on record for the first time. That's one thing. 2 more. Hanuman Kind should release an album because that's going to get sold out.
Yeah.
1 more. I think India doesn't have a Carnatic music, new age Carnatic music album on record. So probably Agam should do one with Carnatic and rock, or somebody who's pure Carnatic should put one record out, because for everybody outside India, Carnatic music is pure Indian, and it's gonna sell everywhere more than India.
That's an interesting list. So Frizzell,
Parvaz, one Carnatic album,
Downtrodden,
Agam. What's the other one?
Wait, you said
Tabachake.
No, you already mentioned that. Frizzell, Downtrodden's, Hanuman Kind. One.
That's 5.
Now it's on you.
Me, I think Sky Rabbit.
Sky Rabbit, okay.
Sky Rabbit, of course. I wanna have the music on wax. I love that band. They're not together anymore, but yeah, Sky Rabbit. Takra. Yeah, Takra, right? That's how it's pronounced. Tagra.
The Malayali musician from Kochi.
Okay, I've not heard anything.
They have some amazing songs. There's one song called Puttu Song.
Okay.
Amazing. Love them.
I'm gonna go check this out, bro.
This is song.
You also try the dish Puttu.
Puttu,
yeah, Puttu I've had. Yeah.
The song about it.
Okay. Yeah, and they have this song called GVQ. Amazing song. Great writing. And
come on.
who do I pick?
This was slow.
Swaratma.
Yeah,
okay.
they're actually talking to Swaratma too.
Yeah, Swaratma. I love Swaratma.
A particular album or...
I mean, I love Pyar Ke Rang. I love Pyasi.
Pyasi and Jishnu is a good friend. So I mean, wish this happens because Pyar Ke Rang and Pyasi played a huge role in my life. Next,
Using the time to think and.
next, of course, like you said, Thaikuram Bridge.
Thaikuram Bridge.
I didn't say Thaikuram Bridge, but
Agam or Thaikuram Bridge?
No, I think
because
both of
they
them
should be
should,
documented. Yeah. These guys really push the sound.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, your band.
My band. Don't have to say it because I'm sitting here.
No,
Choose another record.
No, because it was a different sound and a different approach to this.
It's
metal.
basically, I don't know if you've heard of Downtrodden. So
I've heard of them. I haven't heard
you should listen to the music.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of Indian Kerala folk elements in metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you might like it since you already like metal.
Yeah, that's
Thanks,
how. Should I name one more or?
I think you're done. Yeah.
But Downtrodden's repeated, so go for one more. You have the option.
One more. I mean, there's just so many. But there was this band called Something Relevant.
Something relevant, yeah.
Yeah. Something relevant or Gold Spot or something
Very
relevant.
interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, that if you had to ask me my top 5 that I would want to have, I would think, again, like from that genre, or like from that time frame, right? Advaita.
Fuck yeah.
Great to have on record. Super Fuzz.
Oh, yes.
Inscribe.
Scrat.
Scrat, yeah. Scrat still play?
Yeah, they played us.
Yeah.
There's so many of these guys.
Yeah.
Like fucking great stuff. Junkyard Groove.
Junkyard Groove.
It's okay. It's alright.
Yeah.
Tommy Thomas throwing plastic chairs at the crowd. Yeah. This I don't know, man. Like if I had to ask me what I would want to have, if I had a record collection, I'd want all of them.
Yeah.
So that I could play them over and again, because you cannot find. Actually, you're right. Like these songs cannot be found on streaming. And even if you do find them, they don't sound that good. And
I actually want to change my answer. I want to add more.
add.
Which question, though?
First question or last question?
The last question is like, who are the artists or the albums that I want to add into the Wax family? Karsh Kale and Medieval Pundits.
Yes.
Okay. The Pistola was kicking in, so I couldn't really think. Good drink, but Karsh Kale and Medieval Pundits. Okay. They really pushed the electronic sound with some Indian fusion music, and Karsh Kale is God.
All that aside, it's been a great chat. So much at least for me, to learn.
Thanks so much for
completely
doing this.
New area, completely new sort of space for me to get into. And I'm so glad that we could do this over almost a bottle. I think we should run through this bottle of Pistola before we end the night. What do you guys think of this Pistola? Like it?
Mad.
I love it.
It's something that I've not seen before or heard of, but the drink is amazing.
Good, no?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for sure.
I loved it, man.
But we wrapped up the bottle. With that, let's get the desserts out. And let's keep this thing going, man. We should stay in touch. You guys gonna be around at Habibi Funk this Thursday?
Humming Tree?
Yeah. Have you been?
I haven't been.
No, I mean, Humming Tree is family. My friend Anuj Sama programs for Humming Tree. Love that guy. We go way back. A good guy with great brand, but Abdul comes in my angles.
It's okay, good. Multiple angles to play with.
Anuj Sama really heading Humming Tree. Looking forward to it. He's got some great sense of sound. Really pushing the sound and the culture. So looking forward to it. Humming Tree coming back after all these years.
Stop talking and eat.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Thanks, man.
How's
It's amazing. It's super good.
It's good? This was also Bilal, by the way, not me.
Wow. Yeah, nice.
Looks like Bilal's the star of the show tonight.
But the thing is, I can't go back to whiskey. I mean,
You can.
Yeah?
Whiskey? Where's whiskey?
Where's whiskey?
It's Agavepura.
Agavepura. I can't. Let's do this again. We can't go back to Agavepura after this.
No, you can, don't worry, bro.
Yeah.
We have a lot more where this came from.
Yeah.
This is only batch 49. Batch 490 going on right now. I made it up. I don't know what batch is going on, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Why do I feel so home? Why do I feel like I've known you guys forever?
We're friendly.
Is
bro.
this something? This is why. This is why, guys. I love it. It's like some connection we've had. Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. I've not had something. What is this? Paisam?
Paisam, yeah.
With a lot of
With a lot of dry fruit.
kesari and
Kesar and yeah. I know what he's made. It is good though.
I love it.
What's happening?
Are you guys foodies otherwise?
Oh,
I'm not actually, to be honest. I'm not. I'm not. Are you? You
I
are?
am.
Yeah.
I can't stop eating good food.
Yeah.
What are your favorite things to eat otherwise?
I don't really have like music. I can't choose one artist or one song. Food. It depends on the kind of mood I'm in. During when I'm in Kochi, obviously, try a lot of fish and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
maybe in Bangalore, we feel like having a nice idli.
Yeah.
Everything is good, but
Yeah.
the way you enjoy food, it's very different. Like a lot of people just eat because they have to eat, but I eat because I enjoy that feeling of eating.
Yeah. It's either the idli, the breakfast menu, or the biryani, like the dinner. I'm usually noticed, but I'm neither. I'm not a foodie.
But try puttu.
Yeah, I've tried
and kadla curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like puttu with chutney.
Puttu chutney.
Yeah.
Puttu
Not
and
a big fan
chutney.
of kadla curry. So yeah, with chutney.
Okay.
It's a little dry.
Yeah.
Both the combo. You can always drink some toddy with it. Works well.
And this happened in this road trip that you were talking about.
No, this happened in another road trip where the previous one I told you about it, 10,000 kilometers, where I went from Bangalore to Jaisalmer, then I went to Sikkim. From Sikkim, I came back to Bangalore, and then from Bangalore, I went to Kerala.
Nice.
And in that trip, I went to Wayanad. The place I was staying in, that guy basically used to work in a hotel in Dubai, and he quit and he started his own place in Wayanad. And the truth came out after 3 toddies. He was like, the only reason I came back to Kerala is so that I can drink toddy in the afternoon. And I tell my wife, I'm only showing the guests, but actually I want to drink toddy.
Yeah.
So honest.
That was the story.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's great, man. Works for me as well. Fun night with you guys tonight.
Yeah, man. Same here. Love it.
Powered by our friends at Pistola. We wrapped up one of their products.
Yeah.
We should
Many
wrap
more
up
to go.
many more of their products as we keep going along. But thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
I hope
Thank
you guys
for
had a good
having
time.
us, man. I mean,
for this.
it's great. Feels very home. You got a lovely team. You got a lovely home, and feels good. And why do I feel like I've known you forever? What is this? What is this immense bandhan that we got, man? I love
It's
it.
in my name, bro. Kharbanda.
Dude, continue.
No, that's it, man. Sangeeth, thank you so much, bro, for doing this. We'll stay in touch.
love
There's
it,
going to be a
man.
lot more coming.
Yes,
Lots more
yes,
music,
yes.
lot more work, lot more artists,
Yeah.
lot more fun.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's done.
Just tell us how did you come up with Pak Pak Pakao? Like, what's the
Vijay asked me, what do you want to call it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, bro. It's the fucking call it Pak Pak Pakao or whatever. And that's it.
Yeah.
That was it.
You go to YouTube and search if there's audio channel.
We didn't do shit. We came up with the name. We're like, yes, okay. Then we called our friend Prasad at Graphic Curry, designed us a logo. He designed us a logo, and that's it.
Nice, man. So inspiring. Lovely.
Looking forward to more of your episodes.
Yeah, man. Likewise, we're gonna cover every aspect of music creation, consumption, celebration,
Celebration.
and any way that you can touch, feel, enjoy, and explore music.
Yes,
That's what we want to talk about.
Thanks for doing this for the music community. It means a lot, and I think a lot of people have a lot of things to say, and we need platforms like this for people to put out their stuff.
Yeah.
And this is surely going to work out for you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
It means a lot.
It's love. Yeah, man. But you all, please come to Middle Room. We celebrate one night together.
Yeah.
This is off camera, but yeah, we do a lot of shit.
Next big IPR Middle Room, Sandeep's list.
Yes,
all of
let's
us
celebrate
in
life.
there.
Yeah.
Done.
Celebrate living, man. Like,
Let's do it. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers,
man.
boys.
Pak Pak Pakao!